This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, there was a lot of Ronnie. First, Ronnie, it turns out, knows that Taylor Swift's fans are called Swifties. We don't know how he knows that. Then Captain Jenks called in and talked about the prank call he made involving Ronnie. And finally, Ronnie told us that he went to see the play Cinderella. Yes, a 60-plus-year-old man went to see the play Cinderella. Here's how it all went.
Another argument that we had, sort of, I wouldn't say argument, but discussion we had before the show, and Howard picked up on it during the show, was about Taylor Swift singing along to all the acts. You know, some people felt that she was doing it for camera time. I'd ask JD, but he can't come down here right now.
How come? What's he doing?
He's in a meeting, but he does feel that way.
I'm with
as
JD.
Do you. And I and Steve both feel that she's a young girl who just likes music.
I think that when you go to an event like that, where you're really the focus of attention, she's not just anybody going.
Agreed.
She's the focus of attention. Yes, you should go and have a good time, and there's a party that says, hey, I'm going to go do what I want and be who I am. But there's another party that knows that every little thing you do, the camera's picking up on. So I think that her singing every song is a move. It's a move to get on camera.
I disagree. I think she's just singing along, and she's enjoying the music and being a 23-year-old girl.
Can we tell the audience that you, off the air, refer to her as Tay-Tay?
On the air, I've said Tay-Tay many times.
So you're in a whole other league.
Look, just because I've seen her in concert 5 times.
I've seen her 5 times.
5 times. You know I'm going again, right?
Are you?
End of March.
What city this time?
It's local. Going to Newark.
John's he's like the Grateful Dead. He's like a deadhead for Taylor Swift. What do they call them?
What?
Taylorheads? Do they have names? Taylorhead road groupies?
Swifties. How do you know that? How do you know that, Ronnie?
Don't worry about it.
No, how do you know that?
I'm smart.
No, how do you know?
I'm a goddamn genius.
How do you know a Taylor Swift groupie? I have 2 teenage daughters. What's your reason?
Yeah, I have a teenage girlfriend.
Is that why you know? Is Stephanie a big Tay-Tay fan?
She likes her.
Do you like her?
Not particularly.
No, not for you?
No.
Not your speed?
She is cute. I got to say, she's a cute kid.
Yeah, well, whatever.
She's very all-American looking.
Yeah. And I don't think her music's bad. Some of it, not all of it. Steve Brandano agrees. I see him shaking.
I think it's funny because you don't think her music is bad. I'll give you 10 other artists that like dance around her genre that you would probably hate.
That's true. I like her older stuff, like Tim McGraw. But anyway, let's get Ronnie. I'm glad.
I like her Greetings from Asbury Park album.
I'm glad you're here.
Oh, are you really?
Yes, I am. Because before getting into David Spade, I did want to ask you about that prank call that Jenks did because apparently you weren't a big fan of it.
Not that it wasn't a big. I mean, he got upset because I didn't knock him on the news. I just said I was, I'm friends with a lot of cops, and it was a whole cop thing, and cops were getting shot and killed that day, even. So
was it not fun and not funny?
It was his stuff is funny, but you know what? He got all bent. He started knocking me on Twitter because I said, because I did the news story with Leiberman saying, that I wasn't too thrilled about it, but I didn't say I hated it.
Do you think Jenks did the wrong thing by doing it?
He never does the wrong thing because he's always doing those phone calls. So
he's done a couple of calls I think he wish he could take back.
Are you pissed at him?
No, not at all. But he's pissed at me.
Jenks, are you pissed at Ronnie?
Jenks, you there, buddy?
I'm not pissed at Ronnie. I was just bummed out that because I thought he would think it was cool. When I did the prank call, there was no reports of anybody being shot or injured. I did it before any of that stuff went down, and
but I didn't hear it till that night after this all went down and the cop was shot and then he had already died.
And Jenks, in all fairness, nobody had been shot or killed that day. He'd already killed 4 people.
But the thing is I don't do this to make fun of a tragedy or to make fun of people being shot or injured. I do it to show that these people on the news, after 25 years, they still can't stop it. They still don't check their sources. And, I let it out that it was a prank call early on. I didn't keep everybody on about it. And I kind of figured, Ronnie, it would be good for the block party. And I just could imagine all the phone calls that you must have fielded within the first 10 minutes after me doing that call.
I agree with Jenks, by the way. I know he does these during some pretty weird tragedies, but to me, it's always a mad rush to be the first to get the scoop, and it almost seems like these news organizations care so little about what's going on and care more about getting the person on. And I agree, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's not a bad thing. There's like 1 or 2 that he probably shouldn't have done.
Well, Jenks proved that, I thought, with this call. Jenks, she would have talked to you all day.
What's that?
She would have talked to you all day, it sounded like.
Yeah, but I kind of got nervous because, again, I was thinking, well, if there are people, if you would have watched it that day, you heard that the reporters and everything, they were getting in the police's way from doing their jobs. So, I mean, me doing a prank call to that show was probably just, I think, was just comical. It was just to show that these people were so willing to put anybody on the air without checking any sources that I could at least get through and do it. I just didn't want to keep string anybody along.
You know where I thought Jenks used to shine for me? Jenks, what is the Philadelphia version of, I guess up here, it's called the DOT. What is like the Department of Traffic, like the roadworks people? What are they called?
Right. It's called PennDOT.
PennDOT. Every single snowstorm, he would call as the head of PennDOT and always get on it. I would think, how do these people not know who that is and what his number is? And he would they go, now from PennDOT, we have this guy. They put him on.
Jenks, you're a master of your craft.
But Ronnie, you're not mad at me.
No,
right?
I never said I was pissed. I just said, if you listen to Leiberman's story, I never said I was pissed.
You weren't pleased though. But I just wanted to make sure you didn't have a problem with me because I'd be bummed out. I was bummed out that you didn't like it.
It's not that I didn't like it. I'm saying it's not that I didn't like it. It was just, I don't know. At the time, it just hit me the wrong way. I don't know.
All right. Thanks, Jenks. We're all good. What did you do for Valentine's Day? What did I hear you saying?
Hey, listen, you're going to Taylor Swift. I went to see Cinderella.
I'm going with my daughters. What did you do for Valentine's Day?
I went to see Cinderella on Broadway.
Oh, my God.
How was it?
Why?
Because that's what Stephanie wanted to do for Valentine's Day. She's into Cinderella, I guess. I don't know.
She thinks you're her prince.
Yeah, I am. I am a prince. I got we sat third row, I was a prince.
Someday her prince will come.
Yeah.
How was
exactly, after I'm gone.
What'd you think of the show?
It wasn't that terrible. I didn't fall asleep, so it wasn't that bad. Actually, they added a little humor into it.
How so?
And then they made little jokes, here and there.
I got to ask you a question. I'm not being facetious about this at all or anything. Were there mostly kids at the show?
No, absolutely not, dude. It was all adults.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
And it's not even open yet. It's in preview, and it was sold. It's been sold out for
Really?
Who's in it? Anybody big? Any big names in it?
Not that I know. Not even in my day.
No Angela Lansbury.
No, there was somebody. I forget who it was. I recognize one name.
Did they cast well? Was Cinderella?
Yeah, she was hot. Yeah, she was definitely hot.
Did she look good when she was working the house, or when she became,
Oh, when she became Cinderella, she's in this hot gown. I'll tell you what, though, the live effects that they had on this show are amazing.
Yeah?
I mean, like, the dresses, they like changed right in front of your eyes, and you didn't even know they changed.
Like Kelly Clarkson's dress at the Grammys.
Yeah, exactly.
They just spun around and bang. They were
exactly. It was crazy. And I'm sitting like 3 rows back, and I'm trying to figure this out.
You think it'll make it on Broadway?
It's opening March 3rd.
I understand. Do you think it'll stand the test of time?
I think so, because a lot of kids, they're going to take a lot of kids to see it, probably.
But you said it was adults.
It was adults. There was there were some kids there, but I'm telling you, it was mainly adults.
Cinderella.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was great, man.
I'm sure Stephanie must have been thrilled.
Oh, please. Unreal.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked a lot about Mark Cuban and him entertaining Shark Tank pitches from the staff. So Richie Wilson came in with his winning pitch, but Tim Sabean came in with his losing pitch, and Scott DePace came in to explain why he didn't pitch at all. Lots of fun, as always, on the wrap-up show. Mark Cuban also came by, and he was a great guest. He was all fired up, a lot of energy, had a lot of fun things to say, and then he had to sit through those pitches of Tim and Richie Wilson. I want to talk to Tim about his failed pitch. I want to talk to Richie Wilson about his successful pitch. I think everyone was surprised that Shittens ended up going over well with Mr. Cuban. Yeah, I think Tim was bummed out. I know he believes in his idea. He was excited about it. I wanted to pitch his other idea, which is a leash for a television remote. I'm sorry to give that away, Tim, but
You're talking about the thing like whenever you go to the shittiest hotel in the world and they have the leash on the remote control.
Gary, don't let him know that. But his app to find, clean places to go to the bathroom, I know it exists, but apparently Tim's is a little bit different, but we really didn't get to learn the details because Mark Cuban shot him down pretty quickly.
He went, eh.
Yeah.
Do you think that in Tim's pitch, it was necessary to tell Mark Cuban, a guy you're A, trying to get money out of, and B, a complete stranger, he could have just said, hey, sometimes you got to go to the bathroom. He didn't have to tell him that he shit all over the wall.
That's what makes Tim, Gary. He didn't have to tell him, but he wanted to, add some color to the story and get him interested, and I understand that.
Tim came to me afterwards. He's like, this app's going to kill. He's got it under control.
Yeah, get Tim down here. I want to talk to him about this app. Did you know he put $8,000 into the app already?
He told me 4, but it's going to take another 4 to get it to where he needs it to be.
Oh, okay.
So I
figured it was the other way. He said 8, which means he's probably put like 16 into it.
No, but the thing that I didn't know how to say this to Tim because even before he went in, I was getting texts like crazy or IMs like crazy that there's like 50 apps that already do this. But Tim was saying that they're not interactive, but I haven't seen them. I would think they would be.
Yeah.
In other words, if you're going to go look for a bathroom, it would seem like you just Instagram a picture of a clean bathroom.
Richie Wilson, though, has put $8,000 less into his idea, and he got the endorsement from Mark Cuban. And I said, out in the hall, you guys were buddying up. Is this gonna happen?
I put 8 minutes into this. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Quick little idea, and he liked it. He was really cool about it in the hallway.
I love the idea, by the way. As a frequent user of Man Groomer or whatever you call it, it's a great idea.
Were you surprised that he went for it like that?
No, because everybody I spoke to said it's a good idea. Like, I haven't heard anybody, no pun intended, take a shit on it.
So what are you going to do?
I'm trying to reach out to companies now about having it manufactured. I'm looking for, and if a company's interested, get in touch with me. And Rachel's at home right now. She's looking up manufacturing companies.
Here's your problem, though. What about all the other people out there listening who are doing the same thing?
I totally know that, but listen, it's out there. I knew that going into this, that I'm putting it out there.
Did Richie copyright it in any way by doing it on the show? Can he take this tape and document this date as...
Yeah, I mean, it serves as some type of copyright, but if I'm the manufacturer, I thought of that 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've been working on it ever since.
But you have to have proof of that, though.
But that was exciting. I mean, look, he took you at first it was kind of goofy, but then a couple minutes in, he was taking you very seriously.
For the simple fact, he didn't tell me to get out like he told Tim.
Yeah.
And he said that, and when he said there is something there, like I almost skipped a beat, man. I was like, a billionaire businessman liked an idea that I pitched him, and Ronnie told me he was laughing about it and loving it all the way down the elevator. He was cracking up.
Even if you don't get a dime, at least you get that satisfaction of knowing that he endorsed your idea.
Yeah, and he told me in the hallway, he said, you really should try to get on the Shark. He said, you really should try to come on.
Oh, so get on the show.
So as soon as if he would have been here with people, I would have asked him, is there a number? How do I get in touch? But I didn't want to ask him, like, hey, give me your email address.
Are you going to change the product name if you have to get on Shark Tank? Because I don't know if they'll let you go on.
I would do a Shittens brand. Because for like a guy, like a hunter, they would love to use Shittens in the woods. Like, that would be great. But I would have to change the name, somehow.
You got to change the name because the place you need to sell it
is the moms and...
I'm not talking about that. Like, you can't get into Kmart or Target or
unless you put like
the
the pound sign and percentage or whatever, tens, you know what I mean?
That's actually a better idea.
Yeah.
But even some of those places won't deal with that.
That got me 3% of the company, by the way.
You're in. You got 3% of nothing.
I appreciate that. The other thing, I know other people were upset, Gary, because they wanted to pitch and didn't have the opportunity to do so.
I know. We had I think we had 5 people out here altogether. You know who was supposed to pitch and declined to pitch was Scott DePace. And what happened was basically Scott DePace told me yesterday, I no longer believe in the video caddy. In a sense, he said 19 years ago, great idea. 9 years ago, great idea. He goes, things have changed. Everybody's got a camera on their phone, so I don't believe it anymore. And I'm not going to come make a fool of myself.
Wow.
Well, I also know this morning he was saying he didn't know about this segment until yesterday afternoon.
Right.
So he didn't.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, I think he wanted some preparation or to have a pitch.
Well, for somebody who's been working on for 19 years?
I'm surprised. I mean, he's got a lot of pride. I know that. And he believed in that product for a very long time.
Technology's changed.
But for him to admit that, that's a big step. Now, do you think he did it just because he didn't want to do the pitch?
I think he did it because he's out of video caddies and it doesn't matter anymore. I don't know. Scott, if you're still selling, let me know. But I remember him telling me he sold out.
I mean, the video caddy is 5 times bigger than the iPhone.
Yeah, but you can still, you got the brand name. You can make a smaller or
iPhone caddy, iCaddy.
You could do something like that. We're all geniuses here when it comes to this entrepreneurship. All right, Scott DePace, you weren't able to. I didn't know you gave up on the video caddy. That was news to me. Gary just told me that.
I sold the last video caddy 2 years ago, maybe.
How would we know that?
I told you guys. I mean, it's quite obvious. I haven't had the website up for a year and a half. I don't know
because I check the video caddy website every day. No, it's funny. I mean, I just didn't know. At
some point, it was definitely out there. I know it's not on your radar, but you knew at some point. Trust me. I said I wasn't doing it anymore.
You're extremely entrepreneurial, though. It surprised me that you didn't pitch today.
I mean, I've got other ideas, but it was really odd. Yesterday, Gary came into the control room and said, are you ready for tomorrow?
Well, that's because Will had sent you 2 notes to 2 different email addresses, which I guess you don't check Lotus Notes.
I do check Lotus Notes. Never got that.
Here's the email. You can look at it. That's from last week with some other email address that I have no idea. You have 7 different email addresses.
PatMedia.net I have not had in 12 years.
How would I know that? And then the next one
How would you know that? Because I haven't had it in 12 years.
The next one is a Lotus Note address. Scott?
I swear to God, I did not see that. I do see it here, so I'll have to go back and check. But I did not see it.
But again, when I type in your name, and this is a bigger issue, but people have all these outstanding email addresses, and how are we supposed to know what email accounts are active?
We're all Lotus Notes.
Then that's what we do. We use Lotus Notes only. That's fine.
Wait a minute. So I had an email address that changed about 6 months ago. I didn't
remember which one it was.
I let our IT guy know. I let Tracy know.
But I can't spend 25 minutes looking up trying to find your old email.
That should be updated in this system.
But that's not how it works.
You know what?
Listen,
It's a bigger issue. That's actually a Lotus Notes
What
issue,
else can I do?
But anyway, if you had an idea to pitch, would you have pitched something if you had more time?
I have plenty of ideas, but I wasn't really prepared. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. I didn't know whether I needed to have artwork and all that stuff ready to go. If it was just an idea, yeah, I've got ideas, but I didn't think that he was going to take anything seriously today.
But he took Rich's idea very
seriously. Didn't.
Yes,
he
did.
That idea is horrible.
Oh my God, you're so jealous. He totally took that idea
is
serious.
horrible.
It is not
You're
horrible.
not really going to do it. You're not going to do that stupid.
Scott,
idea.
you really don't think he took that idea a tiny bit serious?
I think he took.
I think he was on the show and he wanted to sort of, but
then
no.
why didn't he take Tim's idea serious?
I think he did take Tim's idea seriously. He assessed Tim's idea,
right.
said it had been done, and said goodbye. He listened to Rich's idea.
He said you've got something there.
And I don't think he was doing it to be a nice guy.
I wouldn't invest $1 in that idea. I mean,
you don't have a dollar like him to give.
A wife would do. Sure, I do. A wife would do just as much as a glove. How do you take the glove off? I don't know. To me,
but that's the best thing about Shark Tank is they really don't care what the idea is. If it makes money. If Richie proves that Shittens is a moneymaker, he'll invest. Why would he?
For the guy that made Post-its, he said, "I'm going to put glue on the back of a notepad," and people would have said that's stupid, and they made billions off it.
You can't just. It's the same type.
Why are you so frustrated by this?
I'm not. I'm frustrated trying to explain why I think Shittens is a stupid idea, and I don't think Mark took that seriously. I think he was on the air going, "Oh yeah, that's good, yeah." But let's see you make $1 with it. Let's see him actually put $1.
I got to say something. I'm watching you here, and I'm not trying to open up a larger issue. I promise you. I just don't think you can revel in anybody else's success that isn't
Gary,
yours.
that is not true at all. You come up with these thoughts that there's no accuracy to that. If Richie had made $1 million, that would be awesome.
But here's a point.
I'm simply saying that Mark, I don't think he was being genuine.
And I disagree with you. What you're saying is you don't like Richie's idea. That I get. But Mark seemed genuinely interested in that. Why did everybody see that but you?
I guess you guys aren't as bright as I am. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't think he would put $1 into that fucking thing.
What did you think of Tim's idea?
To find a bathroom?
It was an excellent idea.
I think I can find a bathroom quite easily without an app.
Why was
clean
Yelp
bathroom.
so successful?
Was what?
Yelp for restaurants.
That's it. But that you're getting a review. You don't review a bathroom, how clean it was.
I think that's what Tim is saying, that people are taking pictures and reviewing the bathroom. Here's a clean bathroom in a 25-foot vicinity.
Well, listen, I mean, I can shit in a porta-john. My wife does want a clean fucking place, so maybe there is something to it. I don't know. I wouldn't invest in it.
Tim, were you discouraged at all? I know you've put a couple bucks into this.
No, not at all. Not at all. It just propels, and I love challenges. And let's follow through with this thing and see where the challenge goes.
Where did you come up with this idea? It wasn't from the incident here.
Well, no, it was. I was thinking about this, and I went online and I looked at a couple of things, and I saw what they were, and I saw how the ugly meter took off. I saw how Yelp worked. I saw that there were applications on the web or on iTunes and so forth that were that identified restrooms, but this has other layers to it and other services to a potential user. So I thought, why not?
What other? I mean, I know you don't want to give away the tricks of the trade, but what other services could it possibly have?
Well, there's communication. There's a rating service on it. There's other community type things where you can participate. There's
Wait, how do you participate in the bathroom?
Because you
tap
pictures.
your foot. You can find gay guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So no, but you take pictures. You upload the pictures. People, it's like a lot like what Yelp is.
Scott, what are you making faces for? You think this is a dumb idea?
No, it's not.
Of course,
it's not a dumb idea.
I don't know. I don't see.
I think it's a really short time to guys just start putting pictures of their junk on there.
That too.
And then you'll be a millionaire.
Exactly right.
And Tim, you put $8,000 into this?
No, not $8,000, but it's. I put about $4,000 into it just to check it out and understand it and to realize what it's all about.
You should talk to me. I've got plenty of good app ideas.
How did the video caddy do?
Why did you use any of them?
Because I'm too ballsy to invest $4,000 like he did. I mean, I'm not ballsy enough. Sorry.
Hey, I'm Mark Cuban, owner of the Dallas Mavericks, on TV show Shark Tank, and a whole lot of other things, and I'm fired up to be on the show with Howard. It's actually, I think this is my third time It's the first time in 8 years, so I think he forgot about me. But I'm a huge Howard fan, and whatever he wants to talk about, we'll talk about Shark Tank, we'll talk about the NBA, we'll talk about business, and I don't know, Howard, best interviewer in the world, so I'm sure he'll come up with something interesting and different.
Absolutely, and since it's been almost a decade now, you're going to be sitting down with the uncensored version of Howard. So
yeah, and that's true, and so, you know, who the fuck knows what'll come up? I don't care. That's the beauty of coming on Howard Stern show. You just never know what direction he's going to take it, and you just never know what he's going to ask you. So that makes it fun.
All right, we'll see you in the studio, Mark.
Can't wait.
I was talking to Mark Cuban in the green room. I told him you go to the games. I was like, he was very excited by that.
Yeah.
But he said, like, people don't want to talk about basketball anymore. It's just people stop on the street constantly. Just want to fucking pitch him, their dopey inventions.
Well, yeah, he's on TV. It's awesome. You like that show?
Oh, I love it. My favorite show on TV.
People love that show.
Watch it.
The guys,
it's American Idol.
The guys are so fucking smart, Howard, and savvy, and they know their shit, and they call bullshit. So it's a great show.
Right, because they're businessmen.
Yeah, that's what it is. They don't care about the idea. They care if it's making money. That's it.
Right.
Like if you come with the flashlight, you can make money. They don't care.
Right.
Oh, whoa, there he is. Look at you. Hey, man, what's happening? Long time no see.
It's been a long time.
How long has it been?
8 years.
Wow.
8 years.
Well, I guess you finally have something to say.
It's been that long.
It's been that long.
I hope you missed me, Robin. I missed you.
I did.
Is life great being a billionaire?
I'm the luckiest motherfucker in the world. Every single day I wake up and go, if I can't have fun, then something's wrong.
What level do you take it to, though? Because we don't really see your lifestyle.
I just, I'm pretty much the same guy I was before I had money, but I just don't put any limits on myself. So if I want to do something and I think it'll be fun, I can do it.
How many homes do you have?
Like 6.
6?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Caymans, New York, L.A., Miami, Dallas. I got 5, I guess, yeah.
What's your favorite place to live in?
Dallas is my favorite place to live, but I like to get away to the Caymans because it's close. It's only a 3-hour flight from Dallas. It's not like a big fancy. It's not like going to south of Spain where everybody's partying all the time. I got 3 kids now, so it's laid back and we can have fun.
Miami's more of a party town for a single guy, right?
Yeah, I've had this place for like 15 years.
Is it a private home or do you live in like a penthouse?
Yeah, it's more of a penthouse in a building. Yeah,
I see. Is that noisy or is that where you go to really unload?
No, it's just like one of those spots that I've had. When I was single, right? When I was making the rounds, I bought it and it was like, oh, this place is badass, so I'll buy it. And then I've just kept it. I've just never done anything with it.
And rich guys, super rich people, like billionaires, they don't sell their properties necessarily because it's like, why bother?
Why
You just
bother?
keep it around.
That's the truth, right? Because it's more of a hassle. I've got my stuff there. It's easy. Why mess with it?
So if I wanted to buy your place in Miami from you, I'd have to offer you some astronomical amount of money or something to turn you on because there's
to make it worth your while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not worth the hassle. I mean, I got clothes there. That's probably the best part about having these places because when I go to a different city, I got my stuff. So I've got like everything down there. I've got a stocked refrigerator.
Now,
so
who does all that? In other words, if you have
you gotta have staff.
In other words, if you have 5 homes, okay, so you decide you're going to go to Dallas. I don't know. You decide you're going to go to Cayman Islands. You've got to have a bunch of people who live there who, at any moment's notice, when you say I'm coming down, have to prepare that home for you, right?
Only in the Caymans because it's got like 600 feet of beach, and so you've got to like take care of the beach. But everywhere else, I just have a guy, just someone who will, hey, I'm coming down, I'm bringing the kids or not bringing the kids, stock the fridge, make sure everything's ready to go, and that's it.
Do you have a personal chef who prepares your meals?
Me personally, no, but we just got one at home. Like, with kids, my biggest fear in life is that my kids turn out to be messed up.
Right.
And so at home, my kids are 3, 6, and 9.
Right.
And so we have a nanny that works probably 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
A nanny for each kid, or just one nanny?
No, just one nanny.
One nanny.
Oh, you're so cheap.
Come on now, Robin.
I know wealthy guys who have a nanny for each kid.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
they're around the clock.
Right. No, we won't do that. Like, our nanny's there to help. With 3 kids, if you can afford help, you get the help, right?
Right, sure.
And then after that, when she's gone, it's just normal, right? We'll take the kids to school, pick them up, take them to dance, right?
I've got all of that, huh?
All of that. I got my daddy-daughter dance tomorrow night.
But don't the kids fuck up your lifestyle, Mark, because you, being a wealthy man, you want to go to Cayman Islands for 5 weeks. They've got school. You've got to stay there. They've screwed it all up, haven't they?
Yes and no, man. On one side, that is the screw up, right? But other than it's my kids, right?
How are you going to prevent your children from becoming screwballs?
That scares the shit out of me.
Right.
Seriously.
Well, they're going to be spoiled, right?
No, I mean, they're spoiled. I mean, when your daughter, my 9-year-old, like, kind of freaks out if she has to travel commercial.
Right.
She doesn't quite get it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that scares the hell out of me. But, I mean, we do everything possible just to make it normal, like we're a regular family.
When, I think what it's contingent upon is your wife being really strong.
Yes.
If she's a douche, and not necessarily,
they'll run right over her.
There's a lot of women who do not know how to discipline kids or tell them no.
That's not my wife.
Your wife knows how to say no to them?
Oh, she will kick their ass just like she'll kick mine,
Yeah, I mean, most women, in theory, think they can do it. but then they
it's
buckle.
a hard job to be consistent. That's
Well,
the problem.
you'll come downstairs and say, "Kids, go to bed," and then your wife will undo it. You know what I mean? Well, if she does that, you're doomed. Your kids will be.
No, it's
up.
exact opposite.
It is.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, we'll stay up. Like my 3-year-old son, I'm like, let's watch Transformers. We'll stay up and watch Batman.
Right.
You can fall asleep with me, and my wife's like, get the hell to bed, right? So
is having a son more fun because you get to watch Transformers and Batman and stuff and do all the cool
hell
stuff?
Yes.
Like? Yeah.
Are you kidding
And then
me?
you're going to do the basketball thing and
Oh
all
yeah,
the sports.
I went through 6 until my son was born. I love my daughters to death, right? But
I'm sure.
6 years of hair and nails, right?
and Barbie movies.
It was brutal. It was brutal, right? And so, Daddy, do you like my dress? Daddy, what about my hair? Daddy doesn't like my hair.
Mark, you're a very bright guy, and I read something you said, and I responded to this. The advice that people are giving children now to follow their dreams.
Ugh.
You hate that.
I hate it.
And I happen to agree with you. Explain.
Well, everybody dreams about something. Everybody dreams, right? Everybody's passionate about something, especially when you're young. You're going to play the guitar. You're going to be a baseball player. You're going to be a singer. You're going to be a rock and roll star, right? Everybody's got that, but, where do you spend your time, right? You can talk about it, but where do you actually work at? And, everybody talks about following their dreams and passions. I say you follow your effort because if you're working at it, you're going to get good at it. And if you get good at it, you're going to like it. And if you like it, you can be great at it.
You're so right. Our kids today told too much that, you're such genius. You're so brilliant at everything. You're so good and talented. And meanwhile, they don't have a fucking ounce of talent, do they?
Absolutely. Like my wife and I had this conversation, right? Talking about who wears the pants.
Right.
She was like, look, we want to build them up and give them confidence, but we have to install a dose of reality. So if my daughter can't sing, you got to keep on working at it, right? It's not about saying you're good when you're not. You've got to have a dose of reality. And that you're right, it hurts kids.
Billionaires who I've seen who actually raise kids who are not assholes. There's a guy I know, Leon Black. Do you know Leon?
I've met him. I don't know him.
His kids are so together.
Really?
I see that family and I go, wow, this guy really did it. Whatever he did, because he's a billionaire. They can have anything. He's got a massive art collection. He used to own Sirius. That's how I met him and became friendly with him. His kids are, and even, I know you've got a rivalry with Trump, but it looks like Trump's kids.
That turned out all right.
Really, it's a testament to his parenting and his wife's parenting.
Or somebody.
Somebody got it right. Right, they seem to be
I met him. I met Ivanka, Junior. I mean, they're cool kids. I mean, the daughter is super smart.
Right. Wharton School of Business.
Yeah, she knows her shit. Right. So hopefully ours will turn out the same.
Your rivalry with Donald Trump. I remember you had a show that was similar to The Apprentice.
Yeah, The Benefactor back in the day.
And Trump said to you, "Fuck you, Mark Cuban."
He even sent me a letter after we got canceled. He even sent me a letter saying, "I told you it was going to fail."
Yeah. Was that personally difficult for you that the show that was like The Apprentice failed for you because Trump was like needling you?
Absolutely. I'm so competitive. I'm like so competitive. Especially in business. Business is the ultimate sport.
Right.
People like I'll talk to the Mavs. I'll talk to other athletes. I'm like, you think you got it hard, right? You compete for 48 minutes or 60 minutes. You practice a couple hours a day.
Right.
In the media business and all businesses, it's 24/7 by 365 by forever. And there's a 12-year-old and an 80-year-old trying to kick your ass, right?
Right.
And so anytime I'm so competitive, it just killed me.
Do you go through a depression of sorts when something like that happens? When a failure occurs, and you're not used to failure.
No,
I mean,
not
you've
at all.
succeeded in your life. I mean, you've made a tremendous amount of money. You've been successful in business, and you're having a fun life and an enjoyable life. But when a failure occurs, how do you deal with that?
I get fired up to work harder at something else. It motivates me,
When Trump sent you the letter, did you write him back and say, "Hey, I'm going to beat you at something else"? Yeah,
no, I framed it. I put it right on my desk to remind me and to keep me going, right?
Right, sure.
And it's right there every day.
That letter sits on your desk.
It's right next to the NBA trophy.
No kidding.
That's no lie.
So does it represent the highs and the lows?
It just represents I don't like failing, and that because you know what it's like, right? There, in any business, there's just those mornings where you're just dragging, right? And there's just those moments where you're not at the top of your game, and you just need something just to fire you up, and that's there.
The NBA trophy. Is it true you went out that night and got a $90,000 bottle of champagne and drank it?
Yep.
What is a $90,000 bottle of champagne?
What does it taste like?
It tastes great.
Does it? Do you think you'd know the difference?
Absolutely not.
Right.
Especially since I was so trashed when I got it.
Is that something you do because it's just because you've got the money?
Because I can.
Why shouldn't I try it in life?
Because I can.
I've worked hard.
Absolutely.
I'm a charitable guy. I'm this, I'm that. But maybe I could blow 90 grand. But don't you, as a guy who didn't grow, I don't know, you didn't grow up with a lot.
Oh no, my dad was an upholsterer. Yeah.
When you spend 90 grand for a bottle of champagne, I don't care how much money I'll ever have in life. I could not spend 90 grand on a bottle of champagne.
I had to. We had just won the NBA championship.
That's true.
And it was just such a unique moment. And there's a backstory, right?
Right.
So we're in Miami, and thank you. You sent me an email, and I really appreciate that. I loved it.
It was great.
The night before, I had taken some Mavs customers to this club, Live, in Miami, right?
Right.
And I'm nervous as hell. I got the customer. I'm not drinking. The DJ spots me, and he goes, "You know what we do to Cubans in Miami? We smoke them. Let's go Heat." This whole club is going, "Let's go Heat. Let's go Heat." So the next night we win in Miami, right?
Right.
Wow.
And we're drinking, the champagne in the locker room. And one of the guys goes, Jason Terry goes, we got to go out. I'm like, I got the spot, right? And so I wanted to walk into that club holding that $90,000 bottle of champagne and the championship trophy just to shove it up their ass, right? But it gets better. But wait,
$90,000 for that.
Okay, so quick backstory. Like 2 years ago, I had my identity stolen by 2 Puerto Rican guys in Brooklyn.
Right. Big shot, yeah.
No, they ordered pizza. They somehow figured out got my credit card, right?
Right.
And they ordered pizza. The pizza guy shows up, you're not Mark Cuban. Busted him, right?
Right.
But ever since then, every 6 months, I roll over my credit cards, right? And switch them. And so I go in. We had just won the championship. The guy sells me on the $90,000 bottle of champagne. I give him my black Amex. It gets declined. I had it called in, right? You had to turn it on.
You as an owner, I think you probably took the most pride in that win because most of the owners don't like you, right?
Yeah.
But why don't they like you?
Why don't they like you?
Because you're flamboyant?
Yeah, it's changing some, because the old school guys didn't like me, but they're selling the teams or dying off or what. Yeah, but so there's a newer generation of owner now who kind of looks up to me because I've been doing it.
Entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
You're out there meeting the fans. You're doing your thing.
No, it's like look, if it's your company, people better know how to get a hold of you, right? I mean, it's your deal, and you represent it every minute of the day, and so they didn't like that. But now it's kind of changing, and then now it's like, are you going to be the next Mark Cuban as an owner?
As a spectator, I love watching basketball. I don't follow it like as precisely as most people, but it is some sport
You
to
don't
watch.
follow it, Howard.
But I go
Hey,
to
Gary told me you're going to the Knicks games now.
I've been going for years. I love watching masterful athletes play.
It's amazing, isn't it? These guys
really
are just phenomenal.
Yeah, they're the best athletes. Basketball players up and down that court. I don't know how the hell they do it.
It's incredible, and the effort. People don't really appreciate just how fast and how big they are and how difficult a game it is.
I mean, you talk about owning a team, and you found it so enjoyable. But when you went to buy a Major League Baseball team, the owners kept you out of baseball, right?
Yeah, basically.
Why do you think they did?
They were afraid I'd spend too much to win, and I think they knew I would do anything to win. I mean, legal, within
And that's bad for the sport?
Was that your MO in basketball?
Absolutely.
That you went out and said, I'm going to get the best talent, I'm going to hire the best guys, whatever I got to do.
Whatever I got to do, yeah. And the owners in the NBA freaked out about it, and there's a couple guys that also own Major League Baseball teams that had the power to keep me out, and they did.
Did you end up
with
overpaying?
Other teams, wouldn't they want to do the same thing?
No, they can't. See, the difference between the two sports, Robin, is in baseball there's no salary cap, so there's no limit on how much you can spend.
Right.
Whereas in basketball,
you could kill people, yeah.
Yeah, you could just crush them.
Right.
Yeah.
And did you end up overpaying for a lot of players?
Yeah.
Who'd you overpay for?
Who was your biggest mistake?
Oh, I hate to kill guys, but we made a trade early on in my career for with the Denver Nuggets, and we probably overpaid a guy named Rafe LaFrance more than anybody else.
Right.
And
Yeah,
hey,
'cause I
Rafe's a
don't
good
know
guy.
him.
Yeah, Rafe's a great guy.
What'd you pay him?
I think we gave him a $45 million contract, and then as soon as we realized it was a mistake, we traded him.
When you're writing those kinds of checks, because ultimately it comes out of your pocket.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Does that scare the shit out of you? You start to wonder, I know I've got $2.5 billion or something crazy like that, but you say, hey, that can also run out too. I mean, these guys can go through money.
Yeah, they can go through money.
Did it get scary?
Yeah, it's gotten scary, but not so much on the money as it is on the wins and losses, right?
Yeah.
Because the way it works, you only have 15 players, so it's not like baseball where you can just get rid of one and bring in another.
Right.
So if you're stuck underneath that salary cap, you're stuck.
Right.
And so that scares me as much as anything because, I can always bust my ass and figure out ways to make money, but winning in the NBA or any professional sport is hard.
Because after you make $2.5 billion, and we'll go into how you made that money, but after you win $2.5 billion, you should
didn't
probably.
win it, he made it.
I mean, after you made it, you should really say to yourself, hey, fuck it. I'm never going to work again. I'm not going to take any risk. I'm going to just live off the interest of this
That's
money.
exactly what I said to myself, and I couldn't do it.
You wanted to be a guy who was relevant in the NBA of all things.
I just want, okay, so I was a Mavs season ticket holder before I bought the team.
Right.
And I would just go to the games, be a fan, and they sucked, right? And then I just made all this money. I just sold my company, and, I don't want to say it was burning a hole in my pocket, but it was there.
Right.
And so I'm at the game. It's the opening of the 99-2000 season. I'm like, I can do a better, it's not a sellout, and I'm all fired up to the start of the year, and I'm like, I can do a better fucking job than this guy. Right. So I'm like, hey, wait a second, I'm a rich motherfucker now, so I'll buy the team.
In a sense, you're right, because don't you always feel like a poor guy even though you have $2.5 billion?
Yeah, I mean, look at me, right?
Yeah, but that takes a certain psychological leap because you got to go, man, I've got $2.5 billion, I'm not going to run out of money.
That was the hardest part.
Yeah,
that's and you know too, right? That's the change. That's the transition where it's like, okay, I don't want to lose who I am, right? And I don't want to, lose, grasp of, the traditions of my family, my background, and everything. But hey, there's a brave new world out there. How am I going to get into it?
Has your team gone up in value? Mm-hmm. If you sold the team now, what would you get for it? I mean, what would be your price?
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't sell. I mean, The only price where I'd have to at least consider it would be $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider less.
What did you pay for it?
$285.
$285 million.
Right.
And now you think the value would be about $1 billion.
I wouldn't sell it for less than that. I mean, if someone third party were valuing, they'd probably say $600 to $700 million.
So it was a very good financial move for you.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Do you have partners in that, or you?
Some of the guys that were partners in the team before I bought it stayed on as minority owners. Right. But I have complete control.
Yeah, they believed in you, and they said, "Hey, we're going to stay on." That is unbelievable.
It is.
And you know, luck seems to not luck. You make very smart decisions.
No, Howard. I'm a lucky motherfucker.
No. Let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. I read something about you that just blew my mind. I didn't even know this. The airlines used to have a lifetime ticket.
Yeah.
You could buy the American. What is it? American Airlines.
American Airlines Air Pass. I carried around just to remind myself.
The American Airlines Air Pass was. What did you pay? $145,000.
$125.
All right. For $125,000, you get this card.
Right.
And this card entitles you for the rest of your life.
Me and somebody else.
You and someone else can fly for free
anywhere.
And you can also they have to kick off somebody off a flight if you are flying.
Yes, I can just walk up to any. Now I transferred to my dad now, right?
Yeah, you can do it. It's transferable.
One time.
Wow.
One time, right? So I transferred to my but
because now you fly private.
Right. I was 29 years old when I bought it, right?
Yeah.
And I used to walk into clubs.
You had $145,000 to blow on an airline.
Yeah.
pass
Well, see, my first company I sold for $6 million, and I was 29.
What was that company?
It was called Micro Solutions. We did local area networks, wrote software, technology type stuff. Right?
Okay, so you had $6 million, and even still, you said to yourself, "Hey, that's a good deal. $145,000 for the rest of my life. I can fly an American Airlines. What a dumb fucking move, right?"
Yeah, $145,000.
But back then, they just wanted corporate accounts, right? And I remember, so I just sold that company. I was 29. My buddies, "What do you do? Buy a car, buy a house?" I'm like, "Nah." We're sitting at one of those old school steakhouses that have the phones there, right?
Yeah.
So I bring me the phone, right? I'm fucked up out of my mind. We're doing shots. And I'm like, "Hello, do you guys sell lifetime passes?" And they're like, "Yes, let me put you through." And so the next day, hangover and all, I bought one. And I would go out with my buddies. One time, one of my buddies like, "Oh, Mark, your 30th birthday's coming up. It's the Olympics. Let's go to Barcelona." I'm like, we just walked right to the airport and went right to Barcelona.
How many people do you think in this world bought an American Airlines Air Pass?
I don't know, maybe too many because they stopped selling.
They stopped the program.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a really dumb thing for them to do.
Yeah, I remember sitting there going, "Okay, maybe it might cost me 12 cents a mile. You know, what a deal." So.
Well, I remember there used to be a Vic Tanny. Ever remember them?
Yeah.
They were like an exercise place, and they would sell lifetime memberships. They went out of business because you can't. You've got to renew these things. Prices go up. I mean, the price of gas now and fuel.
It's crazy.
This is crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, and I loved. I mean, literally, I would walk into clubs and I would be, talking to some girl, and I'm like, "Let's just go to Vegas."
Wow. You must have been getting laid left and right.
I was having fun. Absolutely.
And the weird thing is that they have to guarantee you a seat also. And what happened? One time you went on and they threw off a very famous person.
Yeah, Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
What, are you kidding?
Now, he was in other words, because you had this pass.
Yep.
They had to throw someone off.
And he got the low stick. He got the small stick.
Did Magic Johnson realize you were the guy?
Oh, no, he had no idea who I was.
But you saw him going on.
Oh, obviously I know who Magic Johnson was,
and
right?
you must have been like, "Holy shit."
Yeah, I'm like, "No, I'm with the blonde, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah.
Get the fuck out."
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Yeah.
What a great story.
It was great. It was a story.
Does he know? Does he know?
I've said it to him, but he don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to think about it. But do you get to pick who gets kicked off? That would even be better.
Yeah.
Another 20 grand.
Extra for that.
Money is a good thing. Money can buy you happiness, can't it?
You know what? If you're already happy, it can make you a whole lot happier.
You seem very happy. Getting back to baseball for a second. If had you become an owner, it would have been very exciting for you. What was the team you tried to buy?
I tried to buy 3 of them actually. I tried to buy the Pirates.
What did you offer for the Pirates?
I didn't make an actual offer for the Pirates because I talked to the guy, said he wouldn't sell. Because I grew up in Pittsburgh.
Right.
And then I tried to buy the Chicago Cubs.
Right.
And the guy who owned the team at the time was a guy named Sam Zell, who bought Chicago Tribune.
Right.
And we were talking in the $800 million range. I said, "Okay, that's legit."
Right.
But I said, "I don't want to go through this whole crazy process." I'm like, "Just sit down with me and we'll do a handshake deal and work out a deal." He wouldn't sit down, and so I made an offer for like $800 million, and somebody paid more.
Right.
And then the last time was the Texas Rangers that were going through bankruptcy, and I just didn't have enough. It was all within a 2-week period, and
you couldn't put it together that
fast. I couldn't get enough together fast enough because I had to write the check there and then.
Wow! And somebody was able to write a check that fast?
Well, it was all set up in the bankruptcy court. They had a stalking horse, white horse guy who already had the whole thing set up, and they were doing their best to keep me out. So
$800 million was a pretty damn good offer. Probably he went to the other owners and they would not approve you.
No, there's no way they would have approved me
because you again would have driven up the prices, and they said we don't need this guy. That's so fucked up, isn't it?
No, actually, I'm glad it turned out that way.
Why?
Because I'd be out in the stands, I'd be out in the bleachers in Chicago at Wrigley Field, drinking beer and eating hot dogs all day long, and weigh 300 pounds.
How much of your day is spent running your professional basketball team?
Not much.
You have a general manager. He worries about it. How often do they report to you?
It just goes in streaks. So, like, right now is the trade deadline's coming up tomorrow.
Right.
And so we'll talk all day today and tomorrow.
Right.
And then during the summer, same type of thing. We'll talk all during the summer because of free agency.
And why do you want to talk to them? Because you want to know what your budget's going to be? You want to know, hey, how much do you guys really want to spend for this guy?
Well, I'm more involved in that, right? It's not just about the money. It's like which players, what's the goal, what are we trying to do with the team? And, it's like a stock portfolio. Even though your broker may be the guy, right, you still have to understand and make the final decision. So I have to make the final call.
Do some owners stay completely absent from that kind of thing?
Yeah. They just say, here's a budget. But I'm, and my guys already know me, right? It's like, because right now we won a championship and then we had a lot of older players. And so we let some of our guys go. And we're not rebuilding, but we're regrouping under the new collective bargaining agreement. And so now is a more difficult time for us. So it's a more important decision. So I'm more involved.
If I'm a GM, do I want an owner who's like you, or do I want a hands-off owner more?
Depends what kind of budget he gives you, I guess.
Right.
But, I mean, if you have an unlimited budget, then that's what you want,
Do you have an unlimited budget?
No, because with the new NBA rules, you can spend, if you spend stupid, you can't fix your mistakes. Like, they just changed all the rules within the past 18 months after we had this big lockout, right? And so in the past, when you made a mistake like Rafe LaFrance, I could just trade it away and just spend more and fix the problem. Now you can't just spend more to fix the problem.
What's in your mind, the number that a budget should be for your team this year?
Well, now because of the rules, we'll only spend, I think, $60 million in salary, which is the lowest since I've been there.
Yeah.
But that resets us to go out and spend more. So the way the new deal works is you have to take a step backwards for a year, maybe 2 years, then you can start spending the money again because you have room to spend the money. So it just changed.
Don't you think with the hit show Shark Tank, you've had your revenge on Donald Trump, that you're now part of a hit show? The show's a hit.
Oh, it's killing it, and we killed The Apprentice now.
Did you write
Donald?
Oh, I did. I told him.
What did you write? What was the note?
Oh, I just tweeted him, right? I said, hey, Donald, look at your numbers, look at our numbers, and you decide.
Did he respond to that?
No, he didn't.
He did not.
Look, I love to pick on Donald, but because he fights back, right?
Right.
But I like him. I actually do like him. But I just like to pick on him. He's an easy target.
Let me understand something about Shark Tank. It's you and a couple other guys.
4 other guys
who sit there because you're rich guys. You actually would put up your own money. If you hear a good idea, you will invest in it.
Our own money.
How many ideas have you invested in?
I don't know the exact number. I think 10, 12. I don't know the exact number.
You took your own money and you said, hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Have any of them made money?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all but one. One's breaking even, one's gone out of business, and the rest are making at least a little bit more.
What is the idea that went out of business that you thought was going to be good?
It was a company called 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗏. It was Netflix for toys. So you know how when you have young kids, they fall out of love with their toys every 2 months, right?
Right.
So you paid this company $35 or $40 a month, and they would send you $300 worth of toys in a big old box.
Right.
When you're bored with them, you send them back, they disinfect them, and they send them to someone else, and they send you a whole new batch of toys, so your kids get new toys every couple months.
Right.
And you just swap them out all the time. And we used it at home. My kids loved it.
Uh-huh.
But the lady who was running it just, she couldn't get her act together. She didn't know what to do. She would, we would sit down and talk to her and say, okay, do A, B, and C, and business will grow. And when she would do it, things would go well. And when she wouldn't, she'd lose customers.
So how much money do you lose on a deal like 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗏?
𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗏 lost $100,000.
$100,000.
Yeah.
But that's okay because you make it up on these other businesses.
More than make it up.
What's the best one you invested in?
The best one so far, there's been 3 or 4 really good ones. The best one, it looks like it's going to be this company called Surfset Fitness.
Well, go ahead.
These guys, hockey player and his girlfriend in New Hampshire like to surf. And you can only surf for a couple months, at most in New Hampshire.
That's right.
And so he took a surfboard, and when you go to the gym, they have these Bonsoo balls, things that you can work on your balance and everything.
Yeah.
Right? So he reconfigured something like Bonsoo balls, put it under a surfboard, tied it all together, and recreated the effect of surfing indoors.
Wow.
And so he made it into like a formal product, and he sells them to gyms now, and gyms teach classes around these boards. And it's almost like Zumba, where the gym buys 10 of these boards, and every class they charge like $25, $30 a class, and he collects money when he sells the boards and every time they teach a class by a certified instructor. And so he did, when he came on the show, he was doing $18,000, $25,000 a month. He'll do $5 million this year.
Wow.
And his margins are 30, 40% easy. And they can keep on going up from there.
Hey, let me understand something. If I want to learn how to surf, do you think that I could sort of master the technique by just using the board?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I have no danger because I've always wanted to surf, but I'm 59 years old. I don't want to kill myself, and I don't want to get eaten by a shark.
It's good and bad, though. So I went into the class, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm 54, right? So I'm getting confident, right? And I do this little jump, right? And we're filming an update for Shark Tank. And I got too cocky. My legs went out from underneath me. And they got me just busted on my ass, right?
Oh, no.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
but
you kill yourself.
It's surfsetfitness.com, so you can check it out.
So some of these things, so that's going to make some money for you.
That one's making me. Another related one, different company, but a guy, towerpaddleboard.com. Have you seen the stand-up paddleboarding?
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh, he's killing it. So these guys went from doing $18,000 a month. They did, and his show was like a year ago. He did $2.1 million this year, and he'll do $3 million this coming year.
And what is he selling?
He sells stand-up paddleboards.
Oh,
inflatables and regulars.
But isn't he competing with a bunch of other companies?
Yeah, but he's got a great product. It's
Why was his product so great?
Two reasons. One, it's less expensive. It's well done. It's less expensive, and he gives you a bunch of options in size and inflatable, so you can carry it around, blow it up, whatever. So if you go to, like, if you have a summer home or you just summer vacation, you can't leave your board there, then you use an inflatable so you can take it with you back.
So
and
you
forth.
don't. So you put up the seed money for this guy. How much did you put up on that one?
I think $300,000, I think, and he's been growing so fast. I've given him some additional money to help finance his receivables to help him continue to grow.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. So the show is a success. You know, I would think that on the sly, the network gives you some dough to give these guys.
No.
It's not like
That's
that.
actually the worst part of the show, right?
Yeah.
Because
Giving up your own money?
Well, not your own money. It's the time.
Do you get paid to do the show?
Yeah, we get like $18,000 an episode, nothing.
I see. It's not about that.
No,
it's
not
that
about
you're
that.
getting the opportunity to hear these ideas.
Exactly. And actually, because to get on the show, people will push down the valuations of their companies.
Right.
Because they had 40,000 people apply to present products on the show last year, and I think 125 made it. And they're just starting auditions now, or not auditions, but whatever you call it, presentations now for people to come on the show, and they expect over 75,000 people to apply.
Wow, it's unreal.
So you're really getting bargains when you...
Yeah, because they'll push down the valuation. So if this went out in the open market, it'd be more.
It's fun doing the show. I'm having a fun time with America's Got Talent. It's a similar kind of thing. You sit
exactly.
there and you hopefully some magic happens,
And you see amazing things, right, that you don't expect.
Do me a favor. There's three guys who work for me who want to pitch you. Legitimately want to pitch you.
Bring it on, baby.
Yeah, you'll do it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
This gentleman's name is @𝗏𝐶𝗄𝗿, and he is our program
Don't worry,
manager.
your wallet's safe.
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, why not?
Why
Did
not?
you hear my invention, by the way?
Yeah, the penis pad?
The penis pad.
Yeah, as long as you're tweeting pictures, it'll be a huge hit.
No interest in that. That's a losing proposition.
No, I think you ought to go ahead and do it.
I mean, if I told you, Mark, that there's a company that has, and now this is Playtex, and they advertise with me. It's a wipe that you wipe down your balls, cock and balls, and ass area before and after sex, and it's it's very gentle. You don't get a rash. You wouldn't invest in that, would you?
It'd be a tough sell.
Yeah, Playtex.
Well, for them, it's easy, right? It's perfect. It's
But
right
why wouldn't you invest in that?
Because, I don't have the vehicle.
In other words, they're geared up for this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's their business.
But you're not geared up for surfboard shit and all that
No,
stuff.
but the guys who invested with were.
They're tooled up.
Right, they're
so
tooled up literally.
So a lot of people, you're saying, can have a good idea, but they've got to be tooled up.
Right, you got to be, there's certain things I can't sell. Like if one of these guys comes in and brings me frozen food.
Right.
I don't know how to help sell frozen food, right? So I'm not going to do it.
Tim, go ahead. What is your idea?
Bring it on, Tim.
My idea, hey, Mark, welcome here.
Thank you.
I'm looking for a $250,000 investment on 50% equity in this business.
Okay.
It's an application that I had an unfortunate situation about a few months ago in the bathroom here, where if I was walking to work, I got sick and left the bathroom a mess.
He shit everywhere, all over our bathroom. But go ahead.
So I've come up with a clean restrooms app. CRAP. CR, Clean Restrooms.
Okay,
app.
nice name, yeah.
Okay, download it onto your phone at 99 cents. It's if I had the ability to do this as I was walking to work, I could have stopped in anywhere and gotten my shit together.
What does it tell you? It tells you.
It tells you where the
if I
nearest
had the app
bathroom
on my
is.
phone,
Oh, there's already an app that does that.
Well, this not what this does. Not what this does.
Okay, go ahead.
Not what this does.
Why is yours different?
Because it also has interaction with the user, where they can upload pictures of the app, of the clean restrooms. That it's a community.
So it's Instatush.
It's exactly. It's like
there an app that tells you where a bathroom is?
Yes, there are. But
because I know when I was looking for jobs in Manhattan when I was a kid, I used the library and I was thinking, I wish I knew where there was a clean bathroom.
Yes, it's what Yelp is to restaurants. Crap is to restaurants.
All right, hold on. You made your pitch. Mark Cuban, any interest in this?
Because $250,000 for a crappy app.
You can negotiate.
How about you just give him $250,000?
Yeah, why not?
All right, get out of here, Tim. Thank you very much. Very good. Yeah. What is it?
Tim's invested a good chunk of his own money in this already.
How much have you invested into this?
A chunk, a little bit.
How much?
But
how much did you invest of your own money?
Okay, $8,000 in this thing. Okay, but listen to this. Listen to this.
I'm shocked.
You saw what the ugly meter did in one day.
That's true.
This It did over $500,000 in sales in one day.
It did already?
It did already. In one day.
Yours.
So,
not
Something
yours.
called the
No,
ugly
not mine.
meter.
So there's been a model already.
Get out, get out.
but they respect them. Get out of
Get out
here.
of here. You're out. You hit the buzzer.
I've got another one.
He's got another
What
one.
happened? I thought you were going to pitch your remote control leash.
Well, that was the other one, but I sat last night and did this, you know.
Right,
it was 10:30 at night. I wanted to go to bed.
All right, good night. I don't know. I don't even know if you want to hear the other ones.
Are they worse than that?
You want to hear one more?
It's all your call, Howard.
I don't know. Richie, what is yours? This is something called shittens.
Oh, God.
Everything was shit. What's with you guys? All right, quickly, the pitch. Go ahead, Richie.
All right, this is the best app. Tim is the perfect person. Not app, a product.
Okay.
And you would love this. It's a baby wipe in the form of a mitten. Because when you wipe your ass, the last thing you want is fecal matter on your hands, under your nails. So I call them shittens.
Okay.
All right.
And it's a baby wipe in the form of a mitten that you put on your hands. So that way your hands are totally clean.
Okay, how much money are you looking for?
25 grand to start.
And what percentage of the company do I get?
You'll get 50.
Okay, how long have you been making these?
About a day.
Oh, okay. So you've got a long history with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the clean.
How are you going to get shittens made for 25
You can't
grand?
even sell that name.
Yeah, I can get them made.
Yeah, and who's going to buy something called shittens
Well,
in the supermarket?
that's my one problem, the product name. But it's a great name. It's a great name, shittens.
What are they made? What's it made out of?
It's a baby wipe that you can actually split into a mitten.
Is it eco-friendly?
Yes, flushable, eco-friendly, and you could. It's super clean. It's if you have babies. I have Crohn's disease. I could definitely use something like this when I have a problem.
Yeah.
For nurses who have to clean up.
Well,
old
just
men,
think all those.
This is super clean.
All those locations around the world where they don't have toilet paper, right? If you have your shittens
You're
with you,
shitting with you,
right?
yeah.
So
Exactly.
Mark, you getting turned on by this? Honestly,
have you looked at international distribution?
Not yet.
So you really don't have a company yet. This is just an idea.
I spoke to a bunch of women who have children who have like incontinent grandparents, and they would love something like this.
You know what? It's not a bad idea. But the problem is, it's just an idea.
It's in the ground floor.
It's just an idea, right?
This is like our writing meetings where guys blurt out and they go, "Hey, let's get President Obama on." They go, "Yeah, that's a good idea, but like, how are we going to get him?"
Yeah.
So in other words, Mark is saying you have a good idea.
I'm on the bottom floor,
but you don't even have a manufacturer.
You don't have any. You haven't done the work yet.
I just started this.
Come back when you've got a company.
I'll give you my information and we'll talk.
Give me your information.
Wow.
But
Fair
come
deal.
back when
Fair
you've got
deal.
a company.
I quit.
Not a horrible idea.
Thank you. I mean, I'm shocked.
Let me help you out, Richie. Get me a phone call to China. We need China to make shittens. Shittens. Get out of here with that.
He names the product shit.
Mark,
like, where are you going to market that?
What did you just spit into?
Oh, I've had a cold, man. I got it from my son.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ. That was gross.
That was gross. I was hoping you were looking over.
I need a shit.
All right, somebody invent something for Mark.
Mark, that was a very exciting thing. You were buying into the idea.
Yeah, because actually I wasn't thinking so much here in the United States, but places around the world that don't have toilet paper in third world countries, if you can make it disposable and make it really, really cheap, and you've got, a shitting around and you carry it with you, you travel to Mexico, it's safe.
Are the shittens reversible?
Oh, my God.
So, by the way, Mark, you made your money the old-fashioned way. You say when you were, how young were you when you made the $6 million?
29.
29 years old, because you were doing techie stuff.
Right.
But let me just one more time go over this.
Okay.
You had a company that was broadcasting on the internet.
Right.
Television stuff.
Audio and video. So all the streaming, everything YouTube does, we started that.
You started that?
It was called AudioNet, and we started in 1995.
And when Yahoo bought you, they gave you $2.5 billion?
No, they gave us $5.7 billion in stock.
Right.
And then, so I got 33% of it or whatever.
Right.
And then
when Yahoo went to about $2.5 billion, you sold everything.
When it went up, I did a hedge, right? They called it one of the top 10 trades all time on Wall Street.
What did you do?
So I got all the stock from Yahoo, and everybody else thought the internet bubble was going to keep on going forever, right? I'm like, there's no way. And so I sold calls, bought puts, so I protected my stock. And so it went up in value some more and went up to where my hedge was and then cashed me out.
I see.
And
So
then the whole market cratered and I was protected.
When you cashed out, Yahoo went up a little bit more, and people said to you, "Oh, aren't you sorry?
Well, exactly
Why
right.
didn't you hold on to it?" And you said, "I've got $2.5 billion.
Well, how much do you need, right? That's exactly.
And you didn't get greedy in a sense.
Not at all.
I mean, you could have kept saying, "I'll stay in another day. I'll stay in another week." And if you had waited just a couple of weeks,
probably about 6 weeks, I would have been fucked.
Like, how badly fucked? You might have lost $1 billion?
Oh, more than that.
More?
Oh, yeah. No, Yahoo went from like $300 to like $5.
The guys, it went from what to what?
Like 300 to 5.
Wow, in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, probably over the course of a year, but it would have been impossible to really get out.
Right. And so some of the guys that were in business with you all got stock as well.
Yep.
Did some of them stay in too long and get tanked?
Yeah, I mean, I went to everybody that owned stock in the company. I said, do this.
Get out. I'm getting
Just
out
protect
now.
yourself, right? Protect yourself, right? And some of them did, but a lot of them didn't.
Wow.
They just got caught up, and there's some miserable friends that I have. And boys, like the guys who put in. I was just talking to my partner Todd Wagner just the other day. Actually, the guys who put in $30,000 ended up with $30 million.
Wow.
And some of our employees who were there right at the beginning that we didn't have a lot of money, we gave them stock, 15, 20, 25 million, and a chunk of them just lost it all.
Oh, wow. That's a shame.
What a shame. It's almost like you want to just kill yourself if something like that happens.
I couldn't even imagine.
Because you're worth $20 million one day. That's it.
Nothing.
It's your ticket to freedom.
Nothing.
And then zero.
Nothing. You're searching for a job.
Take it away.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you begged these guys. You said, look, even who you were the major stockholder, right?
Yeah, I was the largest stockholder by far.
Yeah. You hit $2.5 billion, and you said, hey, if I stay in, maybe I'll have $5 billion.
No, yeah. And I told these guys, come on now, seriously?
After the $2.5 billion, after buying the Mavericks, after blah, 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 what are you worth today now?
Probably more than 3 because I've made some good investments.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowee.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wowie zowie.
It's crazy.
Look at you. And yet, like the rest of us, you couldn't even get a cold. You haven't figured out how to conquer that.
I haven't conquered a lot of shit, man.
Shit is beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Good for you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And one wife. That's it, huh?
Just one.
Prenup?
So far, he didn't get married that long ago.
I got married 10 years ago now.
And you did the prenup, of
course. Did the prenup,
yeah.
I mean, she's amazing. And she knew me before, right? And she's younger, and she's great mom, great wife. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So when you become a billionaire, how do you know why people are approaching?
You know what? It was actually a lot easier than I thought it was.
Really?
Right? Because they all say the same thing. All the gold diggers say the thing. I love to travel. I want to do charity work. Right?
She's super hot, your wife?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes,
Very nice.
I'm lucky. Hey, wait, I got to tell you one thing, right?
Me, yeah.
Shark Tank, right? So I come on as a guest shark, and I'm talking. I'm online. I'm tweeting, right? I'm like, someone says, you know what? Did you know that Howard Stern was tweeting during private parts?
Right.
And I'm like, what a great idea. And I'm like, has anybody done it during a TV show? No.
So do you do that now?
I did it during Shark Tank when I was a guest shark. The ratings, we immediately started trending.
Yeah.
The ratings started going up. Now they're like everybody on television tweets.
I was looking at Twitter when I first got an account. I said, well, what could I do with this thing? And my movie was playing just coincidentally. And I said to all the followers, hey, I'll tweet some hidden sort of behind-the-scenes stuff.
Right.
And it caught on. People liked that idea.
And I copied you, right?
Good.
And no lie, that had a lot to do with one of the first surges of Shark Tank in the second season.
Was the show a hit right away?
No.
It was not?
No, it was just mediocre, and then they changed up some things and brought me on as a guest shark.
What network are you, ABC?
ABC.
ABC?
Yeah.
And was ABC close to canceling it?
I wasn't on the first season, so I didn't hear all the stories, but they replaced one of the guys and replaced him with me, so something had to change, right?
So do you feel you were the reason, the spark?
Yeah, I think I was part of the spark, absolutely.
Because you're lively on the show?
Yeah, I think I picked up, I mean, ABC, everybody says that, I raised the game for everybody else.
You get along with the rest of the judges?
Sometimes. Yeah, most of the time I do.
Do you think some of them are assholes?
Not so much assholes, it's just, like anything else, when you're there 12-hour days, 20 straight days, 25 straight days, everybody gets annoyed.
Yeah, you can get annoyed with each other.
Yeah,
and it weighs you down in a sense if you don't like the
right,
judges.
So you've got to, so the camera comes on, you got to do your thing,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
But then off screen, everybody's everybody.
Are there fights off screen?
No, we pretty much get along. It's more we're smart. We save it for on air, right? So when we're pissed at somebody, we save it for on air.
Wow, what a life! You got to see Mark Cuban on Shark Tank.
And I got to plug one thing. I'm doing a cameo tonight on Necessary Roughness, testing my acting skills. I'm not
really.
Yeah,
now
tonight.
You're an actor.
Yeah, I like to try things, right?
Yeah, well, you're certainly trying a lot. Don't miss Mark on the season finale of Necessary Roughness.
Yep.
And there you have it. And Richie Wilson just sold him the Shittens.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which we'll be selling in American Airlines Center.
What do you want to know, Ralph? Quickly for Mark Cuban.
Hey, now. Shark Tank is like one of my favorite shows. I think it's a great show. And it's funny, one of the things you mentioned tweeting, one of the things I love doing is tweeting during it. It's just fun and it gets you involved.
Yep.
What I love about the show, Howard, is like you learn a lot about business and everything, but like, the setup is you go in and you pitch to 4 different people. But Mark, I love you on the show, but what you do sometimes, which I hate, is like you bully people into a quick decision.
Hell yeah.
Because it's television.
I want to hear the pitch to everybody. That's why I'm going in there. I want to hear what Barbara's going to say.
Well, I want to win, right? If it's a good deal, I want to get the deal. I don't give a damn what Barbara or one of the other sharks has to say. So when someone comes in with a great company, then I've got to have my strategy to win the deal.
Right.
And that's part of it, learning how to negotiate.
Right.
Yeah, well, you do learn a lot, and Tim made a classic mistake. He came in and overvalued his company. He wanted $1 million for that shit.
Yeah.
All right, Ralphie boy. I know Ralph will be pitching you very soon.
I'm sure he will.
Very soon, Mark.
As soon as he comes up with something like shit. All right, Mike, go ahead. Quickly, last question for Mark. He's got a very busy life. He can't sit here with you all day. Go ahead, Mike. Mike's gone.
Good job, Mike.
All right, enough with Mike. All right, I'll let you out of here. Great having you here.
Oh, man, I loved it, Howard. Hopefully you'll have me back.
And you are the man.
No, you're the man.
I mean, you're laughing, you're smiling, you're having a good time. And you prove that money can make you happy.
Hey, we're the luckiest guys in the world.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck is right.
Do you ever yell at your father and say, "Look how easy it is to make money"? What the fuck was wrong with you?
No,
Dad?
my dad, I just say wherever you want to go. Yes.
Where did are your parents both alive?
Yes.
Do they work?
No, not anymore.
Did you retire them?
Oh yeah. My dad used to do upholstery on cars. So if you had like a rip in your car seat, you took it to my dad.
And what does it mean to retire them? You just gave him a bunch of dough and said, "Go enjoy your life."
No, he's got a credit card. He just goes wherever he wants.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do. He's 86. He's still a party machine. Like he's in Miami right now, and if you call him and it's 8 o'clock, he's drinking wine and loving life. But he told me the best line ever. He said, "Today's the youngest you're ever going to be. Live like it."
Did he ever? Is he divorced from your mom?
No.
They're together.
Sometimes, yeah. My mom likes to stay in Pittsburgh and go golf. And my dad likes to travel.
So they dislike each other and
what dislike each other?
They just do their own thing.
They
right?
live their separate lives.
Yeah, they do
They're
their
not
own
going to
thing.
get divorced.
Right,
They stay
exactly,
together.
yeah.
Right. They're staying together for the sake of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the children.
Just for the sake of the checkbook. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Do you ever say, "Why don't you two get a divorce and go just hang out?"
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
You don't get involved.
No, he's 86 years old. Whatever he wants to do.
Do you ever say to your dad, "Hey, you spent a little too much money on the credit card"? Never.
Do you think he's buying women with his credit card?
I hope so.
Is he respectful of the credit card, though? I mean, you don't see like a yacht
he's a depression baby, right? So he's like, he freaks out. My mom the same way.
If your parents do get a divorce, which one will you go with? Which one will you
I'd probably live with my dad because he's buying those hot women, right?
You're a great advertisement for having children. I mean, you've retired both your parents and they both have credit cards, right?
They put up with me all those years. They earned
Good for you, man. That's a nice thing to do for your parents. You got brothers and sisters?
2 younger, and they both work for me.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And what do they make, $1 million a year?
No. They actually have to work for their money.
No kidding. What do they do for you?
My one brother manages my foundation,
Nice.
and my youngest brother is in sales for Magnolia Pictures and Access TV.
What does it mean to manage your foundation? What is that?
He does one foundation. It's called the Fallen Patriot Fund, and so I put up money when soldiers or service people who were injured or had problems coming back from any of the wars that we're in. Sometimes there's certain care they don't get, so I just put up the money for it.
And what does he do? He makes sure that the money goes to the right place?
He goes through the applications and makes sure we pay off their bills or do whatever they need. Yeah.
Is that a big job? I mean,
yeah, it is, because we don't go out and raise money for it. I just pay for it all myself. And
what does that cost you a year?
I don't even know.
That's a beautiful thing you're doing.
Yeah, it's just the right thing to do.
People go fuck themselves if they criticize you.
Well,
you know what I mean?
But I don't go out and promote it or anything. Yeah, I don't go out and promote it. Yeah.
No, okay, I understand. You're quiet about it.
Yeah.
All right. Mark Cuban, thank you.
Thank you,
for doing that for soldiers. That's beautiful. We'll be back right after these words. The great Mark Cuban will be back right after this.
Tim. A bit of a fail today, Tim.
No, not a fail. Not a fail. That's just a bigger challenge. Watch this work.
You attempted to make lemonade, so to speak, out of a very
chicken
sour
shit
situation.
out of chicken salad, or chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Have you officially let this incident go now that Mark has not endorsed your idea?
It's a bigger challenge now. Now it's a bigger challenge. Now watch this work.
Does this stem from the, all the flack you took for your unfortunate incident a few months ago? Are you trying to retool your image? Is this what this is about?
No, this is about taking advantage of an unfortunate situation.
Strictly capitalism.
Exactly.
Okay.
I quit.
Not green lit, but
it's a yellow light.
Exactly.
It's a yellow light. They didn't turn it down, and a multi-billionaire loved this idea.
Let me get a look at your shittens.
This is shittens.
Let me see.
See? And I basically sewed together 2 baby wipes in the form of a mitten. And it's super clean, it's biodegradable, and it's, I think, the perfect product for women who have children, or if you have butt problems, this is the perfect product.
And even on an unseasonably cold day, you can throw them on.
Exactly. If you're in the woods, you got to take a shit when you're camping, pop on a shitting, wipe, throw it away, and your hands are clean.
What if you don't want to touch the subway rail handle?
Exactly. If you have to touch a whack pack member,
right,
you wear your shittens.
And clean their hands at the same time?
The one thing I have to work on is the name. That's it. I have to think of something else besides shittens, but there's something there.
And some logistics, like, distribution and manufacturing.
Exactly. Look, you can get, let's just say, if some celebrities can get clothing lines made in these third world countries, I can certainly get this made.
Shittens.
Shittens.
I like it.
Next time you see me, I'll be a wealthy man.
Will you remember us?
No. I'll remember you every time I wipe my ass.
Mark, a couple of, shall we say, interesting ideas or prototypes going on today.
Yeah, it was definitely Shark Tank and the Stern Show. Shittens, I mean, I think everybody needs one. I can tell when it's a hero or a zero, like Lori on the show says, and that was a hero. I mean, all across the world, no one will wipe their ass with a bare hand ever again. No one will ever wipe the baby's ass with a bare hand ever again. No more fecal matter anywhere. It'll be huge.
Thank you.
Huge. Now, the dude who brought me the idea, he was worthless.
Worthless. Just think, if you go hunting, that's the perfect thing for hunters. Wipe your ass, you have to use a leaf anymore, nothing. Wipe your ass and you're good.
Leaf-free pooping.
Exactly.
Who knew? No, it actually wasn't a bad idea. You should just see if there's anything out there like it.
There is stuff like it, but if a computer wipes, nothing for the skin.
Well, yeah, seriously. I mean,
it's just one little change.
And, here people, it'll be tough to get them to change habits, but I mean, just like for dads who don't know how to, change diapers, the dad protector or something like that.
Exactly.
It's not a. I mean, I don't know what the competition is, but it's not a horrible
idea.
idea.
They said the same thing about Post-it. Who thought about putting glue on the back of a piece of paper, on the back of a notepad?
You should.
And I'm just reinventing the wheel.
Why not? Right? Why not check it out? And then apply to be on Shark Tank. Seriously, you should.
I will. I'll do it.
Hey, it's Mr. Skin. I'm here to do my 14th annual Anatomy Awards. I can't believe it's been 14 years, but I got to tell you, the list this year is fantastic, and I'm really excited to talk to Howard.
Wow, 14 years.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I've been doing this for 14 years is one thing. The fact that it's so much fun is another, and I'm really lucky to be able to do this. But really looking forward to seeing Howard today.
Well, we look forward to it, Mr. Skin. I like to say personally, I feel like a kid again, like I was an 18-year-old first discovering your website.
Well, cool. Well, you're going to discover some really cool nudity today because I don't think you know a lot about these scenes, so it should be a lot of fun.
Very skinformative. I tried to think of a new word before you came in today.
Skintastic, skinformative.
𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱.
I've never used that one and probably never will.
That's a bit of a reach.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck in there today.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Howard, I've never seen a guy run a website better. I'll tell you why in a second. But he sends out an email. I get an email from him every other day. He does, it'll be like Mr. Skin's best cheerleader scene. Mr. Skin's best, like he just groups them in, and sometimes I go, that looks interesting, and I click on it, but he, and then when you go to the site, it's really well put together. Like when you go there, it's easy to navigate. I told Don when we put our site together that they should look at it as a model for the way you can move from A to B to C.
Yeah.
It's really well run.
Great job.
Mr. Skin's here. He's going to give us a nice little update. The Skinatomy Awards are coming up. And this is the 14th annual Anatomy Awards. And Mr. Skin's a great guy. He says business is up 25% when other companies are down. I wonder if Mr. Skin will ever go public.
Is it like a depression kind of business? The worse things get, the better his business is?
Mr. Skin, in a world where pornography is actually hurting because so much of it is free on the internet, how is it that you're thriving, really? What's going on?
I think it's a combination of things. It's how we package it too. You could find nudity of actresses on the internet, but we have fun with it. We have playlists. We have compilation stuff.
When you say business is up 25% at MrSkin.com, you mean that it's a subscription business. Your annual report came out. And
do they have an annual report?
At our shareholder meeting.
Will you ever go public?
Pubic? Well, we will always stay private, and that's the way it's going to be. I mean, we can't go public, obviously.
Why? Why can't you?
It's too
silly?
It's too much work, to be honest. This is so much fun. I don't want to get into trying to
But you're not afraid of work. In fact, Gary has said to me privately that he thinks MrSkin.com is the best-run website he's ever seen. He says he gets regular email blasts about, like I don't know what he was saying, something new came out.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington's in a movie and the chick's naked, and you immediately get him an email blast, and this is for all your customers. They get updated. I got to get on this website. And he says,
how are you behind?
I don't know. And then he says, I don't know why I can't get my website. Would you be available to run my website? Because seriously, he says, then you go on and it's so easy to find everything.
Right.
And that you can immediately, take a drink of water. You're all dry mouth. I don't know what the fuck your problem is. probably from being a pervert.
Yeah.
And nervous.
And the light is on.
Yeah, it's probably from coming out of your basement.
I'm not used to the light.
How old are you now?
I just turned 50.
I mean,
What?
Jesus
You're
Christ.
still a perv.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a guy who literally started a business. How many years ago?
It wasn't a business.
I launched it on August 10th of 1999.
He launched the business in 1999, and he was basically taking clips from movies and saying, "Here's the good parts."
Yeah.
Here's the
Well, you were
dirty
saying,
parts.
you know, what Gary was saying. We really I have an amazing team that works for me. I mean, I have guys whose full-time job is just to go through movies and look for nude scenes, or go through TV shows and look for nude scenes. Plus the technology people, the customer service. They love the job, and it shows obviously with
How
the
many
website.
people
What kind of customer service?
Yeah, how many people are in your customer service department?
We have 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what do they do? What do people call
we get
about?
we get 9 million visitors a month to the website.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and that hits, Howard. People, 1, 2, you know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people, and
Yeah.
you need to be able, if someone has a problem, an issue, they can't figure out, they forgot their password, you have to right away be able to.
And you don't outsource that to India? Like, hello, this is MrSkin.com. What can I do for you?
I have my sister's one of the customer service people.
Is she hot?
Yeah.
Would we ever see her nude?
I don't think so. Yeah, she's
what
got
is it,
little
Gary?
kids.
There's not a subject or category that he can't narrowcast. Like, I'll get an email the other day. It was just best scenes with teachers, right? So it's like teacher-student scenes. So, and then there's like 30 of them in a row.
Right.
But then they start to, I can't remember what you've done recently, but they just get, best cheerleaders, best black cheerleaders. It's just like he just keeps, and then, so if I see something, I just click it and I open it.
Howard, I was, for some reason, I needed to find nude scenes with monks.
Right.
I searched our database for the word monk and pulled up every nude scene in the history of film with a monk in the scene. So we could do it. That's how good.
How many did you find?
Like 13.
And why did you need to find that?
I can't remember. We were doing some little project in the office, and I pulled up every monk nude scene.
I wonder what that project was. But okay, let me just first tell my audience, before you get to the Anatomy Awards, which is a big deal. By the way, this year, the Anatomy Awards, I see have a sponsor, Fleshlight.
This is huge. I mean, a big sponsor. This Fleshlight, they're the #1 male sex toy in the world. You know those things where they make the molds of those porn stars' vaginas, and
yeah.
there's a case, and the guys, put it in.
Right.
And they are doing, they did a huge sponsorship for this Anatomy Awards. I've never had a big sponsor, so very proud to have
It's your Pepsi moment.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's you look at the big smile on your face, like you accomplished something.
Well, I
big.
mean, I
It's
always
a fucking piece of rubber guys stick their dicks in.
Yeah, you should be very sad for those human beings.
They're doing an Alexis, Texas mold that's going to be branded a Mr. Skin on the casing, so I'm very proud of that.
Is Mr. Skin a Fleshlight user?
And I have never used it, but I've learned a lot about it in the last couple of weeks since
By the
they
way,
came
you
out.
realize it's the shape of a flashlight, but there's a rubber vagina.
Right.
Yes, I do. You know, they've sold...
Why do they put it on a flashlight? I mean, do you understand that?
So you
I
can't
don't.
be embarrassed when you just see it sitting out?
Well, I'll tell you what.
There's no way not to be embarrassed.
They've sold almost 5 million of these things. I had no idea. It's
But why?
crazy.
But in other words, when I understand a guy wants a fake rubber vagina to put his penis in. I've tried it myself. Not the fleshlight, but I've tried a fake vagina. I don't find it pleasurable. But why the invention of a flashlight with a vagina on it? I mean, the two don't seem to go. Like, why not a broom or a
Well, I
telephone?
think you could carry it around. It's easy to...
But why? Like, does the flashlight actually work? Can you turn it on as a flashlight?
Yeah, can you fix your car and look for things with it too?
I mean, like, why that combination?
I don't know. All I know is these guys have sold 5 million, so they know what they're doing. That's really all I could tell you.
You know, I'm picturing like a terrible disaster, and I accidentally grab my flashlight.
Yeah, there's a blackout.
And my kids see it. I mean, it's unbelievable. So let me get this right. A couple of quick things before you get to the Anatomy Awards, because I have limited time with you, and it's important stuff. A couple of announcements you make on your website. January Jones, who I think is beautiful,
yes,
will be getting naked in a movie called Sweet Water.
Yes, it's my Skin Scouts with the Sundance Film Festival and saw this movie, and guys have been asking me about January Jones forever.
And she's never been nude before.
She had a brief down blouse scene, nothing good, but this is a full-on shot, and she looks fantastic.
Wow.
Betty Draper from Mad Men.
She's in the scene as well?
No,
that's who January Jones
January Jones is Betty Draper from Mad Men.
I don't watch Mad Men. I see. So she is going to be in a nude scene, and you send guys out to these film festivals so that they're prepared to see what's coming up down the line.
Yeah, and now this movie hasn't even hit theaters, and we already know she's going to be naked. We also found Dakota Fanning naked in a movie.
Whoa! I mean, how old is she?
Yeah, she's 19.
Oh my God!
It's called Very Good Girls, and she's running down the beach showing butts. So
just butt.
Well,
tell people the rumor about Dakota Fanning's butt scene.
Well, the rumor is it's CGI. Now, I haven't seen it because it hasn't even come out in theaters.
So you're claiming it's not even her ass?
There's rumors that they CGI'd it. So.
Now, how is that impacting your business? Because at one time you had to go around making sure it was the actress in question who was in the nude scene. by looking at the cuts.
Well, if you find out that it's not that person, will you?
Then we call it non-nude.
You do?
Yeah, it's like a body double.
In other words, Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, you would not put on your website because we're really not looking at Julia Roberts.
Well, actually, except at the 1 hour and 35-minute mark, through the bed railing, you could see breasts for a brief second. But that was her, yes.
Wow, how do you know that?
What I do for a living, Howard.
It's provable that that's her breast?
That definitely was her. Because you saw the face with the body in the scene. They didn't have CGI back then.
And I guess it's a big deal because we think of Dakota Fanning as a young lady, and now all of a sudden...
That was a big one. I'd get over the last, 15 years, when are the Olsen twins going to get naked? Or when is Dakota Fanning going to do a nude scene?
So it's a happy day. We're finally at that day where Dakota Fanning
When Dakota Fanning starts getting naked,
all hell's breaking loose, right?
Have you taken... what about dead people? Have you taken Mindy McCready off Mr. Skin out of respect for her suicide?
Was she ever on
No,
Mr.
she wasn't on. She's not in movies and TV naked.
Not?
No.
Are there like
Marilyn Monroe's on? I mean, you have dead.
Well, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
I mean,
And Mr. Skin is the perfect person to ask. Then, what is the time period by which you should not be having or masturbating to a person once they've died? What is the standard
because I have the Mindy McCready video and I'm still jerking off to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't say. That's a tough one.
You know what's amazing about it? This Mindy McCready's a country star, and I guess there was she had made a private sex tape and it ended up on the web. And then the company announced they were taking it down for a few days because, out of respect, if you really want to have respect,
you would never have released it.
Like, why would you? Why all of a sudden get a conscience because she died? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, like Brittany Murphy. Did she ever do any nudity?
No, but she. She died. She's still, she's done some sexy things that we have at the website. But
is it all right to masturbate to her, or is it?
It's been a while now.
Yeah, I think she's been dead long enough, right?
Fair enough. Okay. Thank you for saying it's okay to go back to the masturbation. Letterman tells us when it's okay to go back to laughing again, and you tell us when it's okay to go back to masturbation. You also say that the number one TV show in the world for great nudity is what? And I think Robin is a fan of this show.
Magic City is great. That's a fantastic one.
I don't watch that one yet.
No, I thought Banshee is the one.
Well, yes, that's a new one. And Banshee's a show on Cinemax. Cinemax is now doing original programming. Yes. Howard, in the pilot episode, this girl named 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍 was in bed with a guy. The guy literally had his face in vagina in the very first episode.
Wow.
And it was just one of the most amazing nude scenes I've ever seen on television.
Vagina?
What an auspicious
No, because his head's
opening.
in the way. But it was
his head is in the way.
And you can't fake it. It wasn't he was in there.
Right.
Yeah. It was an amazing scene.
So is that scene up on Mr. Skin?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Banshee is a show we should be watching for
Yes,
nudity.
it's a new show on Cinemax on Friday night.
It's also a good show.
Well, who cares?
Yeah, it's got Amish people.
All right, let's get to some of the Anatomy Awards. This is what people wait for. We are talking to Mr. Skin, the Anatomy Awards, very exciting. And you can check out Mr. Skin's 14th Annual Anatomy Awards at MrSkin.com. That's where you not only see the Anatomy Awards, but you can see the actual clips that he's talking about. All right, let's go through the list real quick. Nudecomer of the Year.
Yeah, now this girl is Ashley Hinshaw in a movie called About Cherry.
Right.
And she's a, Howard, you'd love this girl. She's a former Abercrombie & Fitch model.
There she is.
Yeah, and a nudecomer, our definition is someone that wasn't famous but does a great nude scene and becomes famous because of it. And Ashley Hinshaw is the winner this year. And like
those
I said,
are real breasts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know her.
Yeah, I don't know her either. Aren't her areolas too big to be Nudecomer of the Year?
No, I think they're
That's
perfect.
never a problem?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
It seems like a problem to me.
Yeah, she plays a girl from a broken home who has to move to San Francisco to enter the porn industry. So it's a great movie.
Wow.
Let's go to celebrity nude debut.
Now, the difference here is this is someone who was famous that had never been naked and got naked for the first time in 2012. And the winner this year is Nadine Velasquez, who you might know from the TV series My Name is Earl. She plays Catalina. She's on an FX show called The League. She did that movie Flight with Denzel Washington.
Now, let's talk about this. Flight. Gary says this is one of the hottest nude scenes he's ever seen. Denzel Washington.
That love scene.
In the opening scene, when he's on the phone and she's just walking around completely naked, and it is really an amazing scene. A great nude debut, because guys have been waiting for Nadine Velasquez to do a nude scene.
All right,
and she was really naked.
Now, you say most mufftastic Merkin, Gina Gershon.
You know, Merkins are getting really big on TV because you got all these old shows like Boardwalk Empire and Spartacus and Game of Thrones, where these girls have to do full frontal nudity, but no actress has full muff anymore, right? So the guy who's selling Merkins is making a killing.
So in other words, these are girls with fake pubic hair.
Yes.
And you give it to Gina Gershon and Killer
Howard,
Joe.
this movie's so disturbing, Howard. There's a scene in this movie where Gina Gershon has like a bloody nose.
Right.
And Matthew McConaughey she's on her knees. He has a chicken leg sticking out of his zipper, and she's giving oral to the chicken leg.
I've seen the movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was
oh
a
my
good movie.
God,
I saw it too.
That was so disturbing I couldn't even put it in the Anatomy
It disturbed Mr. Skin.
And Gina looking good. I mean, she's no spring chicken anymore, right? How old is she now?
She's up there close, probably like 47, 48.
Wow, looking terrific.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to a couple of Best Full Frontal. I was surprised to see who won this one this year.
Who got the nod?
There was a movie that came out in theaters in June called Take This Waltz.
Right.
And your friends Sarah Silverman and Michelle Williams are standing completely nude in the shower. And Howard, it's rare for an actor. Usually you start with maybe a nip slip or a little brief breast exposure. Full frontage in the shower.
Yeah, Sarah's really naked, and so is Michelle Williams. My goodness. Okay, let's see. Now, I happen to agree with you. Best over 40 nude scene. You gave this
good.
to...
You saw this?
I sure did. It's a movie called The Sessions.
Yeah.
And
yes.
And you gave it to Helen Hunt. I thought she was terrific in the movie. Yeah. I can't believe she's not winning some sort of awards.
It seems she's being overlooked.
She's nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, but she never wins at the Golden Globes or anything like that. She's so fucking naked in this, and I was shocked how good she looked.
Howard, she's 49. Look at how good she looks. Yeah.
Now go to this category. Best chick with a dick. What is that?
Oh, my God, yes. 𝗦𝗵cie is on a TV series called Hit and Miss in the UK. Now, she's the girl that did Brown Bunny with the blowjob with Vincent Gallo.
Right.
She plays a tranny assassin.
Yeah.
And she's crazy. Like, she does the weirdest nude scenes. And in that's her real breast.
So she's a real girl playing a guy with a dick.
You got it.
Very good.
Well, what are the trannies going to do now that women are taking their role?
And finally, the Lifetime Skin Achievement Award. Now, what does that mean, Lifetime Skin Achievement?
Every year we honor an actress who, probably won't be naked anymore. And this year there was a girl that I, watching cable TV in the 70s and 80s, always was a big fan of, and that's Sylvia Kristel. Well, she died in 2012. She was only 60 years old.
The story of hope.
Remember Emmanuel and
yeah.
Private Lessons in Private School.
She's hot.
Yeah, she is.
It wasn't the story of hope. It was Emmanuel. Okay.
Yeah, so we did gave her a Lifetime Skin Achievement Award this year, Howard. She's probably very proud.
Do you have an actual award ceremony, or is it just like, or you guys just a bunch of you guys perving out in the basement?
Mostly us guys perving out in the basement.
Yeah, people would be throwing the awards at them.
Rick, you're on with Mr. Skin quickly. He's very busy.
Thanks, King. Mr. Skin, I hear there's a rumor Mila Kunis is going to be nude in an upcoming movie. And would you consider Emma Watson to be probably the one most anticipated person to get nude now?
The Harry Potter girl?
I think she grew up really
hot. Who's the #1 girl that guys want to see naked, and I could prove it because I know how many page views she gets at our website? Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
She has big breasts.
Go ahead.
She's never done a nude scene. She had a nip slip in a movie called The Tuxedo at the 1 hour, 1 minute and 40-second mark, but that's it. And I think it's because she's always on those made-for-TV movies. Guys have been tracking her.
Isn't she too much of a goody two-shoes to do a nude scene?
Well, she's on that show, The Client List, where she just gives massages followed by hand jobs. But it's on that what channel is that on? It's
Lifetime.
Lifetime,
and she
can't get. Well, she's like in bra and panties every week. I know, but that's why she's a tease. She just hasn't.
So she's not really committed as an actress, because any girl who would give a tug to a guy in a massage room is going to have her top off, and if she was really going to be an actress, she'd have that fucking top off. Right?
Exactly, but I could tell. I know guys want to see her do a nude scene. He was saying about
Mila Kunis.
He's also been X-rayed too, so you can see those nipples. They're out there on the internet.
What do you mean?
X-ray. How they'll take say you wear a black shirt, you can go into Photoshop, X-ray it, and boom, you're pretty much seeing it naked.
And you're calling me a perv, Howard?
I think this guy's auditioning for a job right now. By the way, it's rumored that Mila Kunis is going to be in 50 Shades of Grey. She'd have to be naked in that if she's going to get the job.
I'm hoping that happens, but we don't know yet. So we'll see.
I smell subscriptions going up if she's nude, right?
And
she's another one guys ask me all the time. I mean, in that movie Friends with Benefits, it was a body double, and she has such a great body, you'd think she'd show it, but we'll see.
So what about Kristen Stewart? Because I heard that her nude scenes were leaking.
Well, she's in the movie called On the Road, based on the Jack Kerouac book, and she's in the back seat of a car, and you could see breasts, and it was her new debut, which is exciting because guys, she's one of the biggest stars in the world.
Right.
And it was exciting that she did her nudity this year. So yeah, she's been naked. So another one bites the dust, Howard.
It's really hard to look at you sometimes. All right, listen. Congratulations, Mr. Skin.
Thanks, Howard.
Mr. Skin and the Anatomy Awards, of course. You can check the 14th Annual Anatomy Awards at MrSkin.com. This is a very accomplished man. Gary says he has the best run website on the internet.
That means a lot to me. I appreciate that.
Your fans are many, Mr. Skin, and thank you for providing this service. A lot of guys love it. And congratulations on your biggest year ever.
Yeah, thanks, Howard. Thanks for having me again.
And the fact that he had a sponsor.
Oh, the Fleshlight. Yeah, way to go.
Fleshlight came through. That's really cool.
Next year, Coke and Pepsi. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Thank you, Mr. Skin.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Mr. Skin.
Yes.
Always very skin-formative.
Yeah, 14 years. really, truly can't believe I've been doing this for 14 years. It's amazing.
This organization came from humble beginnings.
Yeah. Well, when I started, it was just me and a tech guy. That was it. And that was in August of 1999. And now we have 35 Skin employees and, get 9 million visitors a month. And the fact that this is what I get to do for a living is really the amazing thing.
Two perverts with a dream.
Well, hey, you know what? There's a lot worse things you could be doing for a living.
Absolutely. When Howard calls you a pervert or says, "Wow, man, you're way out there," you seem to wear that as a badge of honor.
You know what? As long as people that are listening are having fun, I could take it. And Howard has been so cool to me. In fact, I mean, quite frankly, the reason my website's so big, I owe to this show and all the great publicity I've gotten on this show. So call me whatever you need to call me. It's totally cool.
So this is 14 years you've been doing the Anatomy Awards for?
Yeah, like I said, when I started this, I remember thinking to myself, well, I'll keep my job, but then I'll do this part-time, maybe make a little extra money. But more than the money and the success is the fact that, I wake up in the morning and, I have a meeting at 10:30 because we're talking about lesbian scenes. That's what I do for a living. And you got to put that in perspective. There is no... this is like a job where you could be on vacation and can't wait to get back from your vacation to do the real fun stuff, and not a lot of people have that.
The American dream by way of Skin.
The American wet dream.
First of all, let's play the Eric the Actor either or game. I think everyone will have fun with that.
All right.
And I think you'll have fun with it. And let's face it, we're after our own fun. All right, here he is, Eric the Actor, as he is known. And you have to do either or, Robin. Here we asked Eric the Actor, for example.
Would you rather walk or be a millionaire?
Now, I would think Eric would rather walk.
I would hope.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's his answer.
Walk. Of course.
Yeah. Let's see if this gets harder.
Diana DeGarmo or Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Of course. Speaking of Kelly Clarkson, all I wanted to say is Clive Davis wrote a book. The guy's a billionaire record executive. And in the book, he's critical of Kelly Clarkson, and he kind of says that, I don't remember, do you remember the exact...
It was a record thing. He was trying, she had won American Idol. They were looking for a record for her to do. He offered her some songs, and he says that she disliked his selection so much, including...
the first song that she sang on the record. The big song they wrote.
Since You've Been Gone, yeah. That she almost cried or something, or cried, or laughed or something. She just thought it was ridiculous. And then, of course, he made her record it, and it became a huge hit.
The thing I got from it is Clive Davis wrote this book, and he's trying to use this girl and say, hey, look at what a genius I am. She didn't want Since You've Been Gone. And meanwhile, she issued a statement saying, hey, Clive Davis is a bully. That he is claiming this. She goes, well, I see it a whole different way. I wanted to add more guitars into Since You've Been Gone. He didn't, and they did add more guitars, and it worked.
Yeah, it seems like everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah. She says, I don't recall crying and then him forcing me to do Since You've Been Gone. She goes, I love that song, and I was very much for it. Now, whether Clive Davis's memory is correct or Kelly Clarkson's memory is correct, I got to side with Kelly Clarkson. As a guy who works in a business where I am talent, I'm not in management, I always find it sickening when management guys like to set the record straight about how fucking creative and what geniuses they are. First of all, Clive Davis has got billions of dollars. He's at the end of his life. He's 85 years old or 80-something years old. And he really doesn't need a book out there to make money. Kelly Clarkson's still a young girl in her career trying to make it as an artist.
And she's got to go out on tour, and she wants people to think she enjoys singing these songs.
And this guy's trying to diminish what she does. Doesn't he have enough in life? Can't he sort of tell his story without fucking degrading her and putting her down? I've just got to believe, and I don't know Kelly Clarkson at all, and I like some of her songs. I think she's got an amazing voice, and the girl has worked hard to get to where she is. I don't understand Clive Davis's motivation in knocking this chick down.
They had some kind of problems with each other. I know that one of her albums, she decided she wasn't going to, take his advice and go with him, and then it didn't do as well as the other albums where he had input, and I think he's still pissed at her for wanting to be an artist and making some of her own decisions.
He should shut the fuck up. It's not becoming. It's 80 years old.
Some of the things he's taking credit for, he really should just hide.
Yeah.
Making Barry Manilow sing those awful songs. I wouldn't brag about that.
Well, they made a lot of money. That's in his book.
That's all he cares about. I care about music.
No, you'll never make any money.
That's
so
probably true.
Yeah.
But my point is, good Lord, I wouldn't tell anybody I was responsible for Barry Manilow's
But that's just the point. Clive Davis is brilliant at picking, I'm sure he's had as many failures as he's had hits, but he is brilliant at saying, like, hey, maybe Barry Manilow would be good.
Barry Manilow even objected to some of these songs, and he goes, no, sing them.
But, and that's his genius. He doesn't need to build himself up by taking Kelly Clarkson apart. And, the other thing about it is that this guy's... Listen, in my own career, I've worked for people, powerful people. They ain't the ones sitting and writing the jokes. They ain't the ones laying up at night, sitting there and making the show popular. Trust me.
Some of them actually,
some of them actually fucked me and slowed me down. In fact, I'd say almost all of them fucked me and slowed me down.
They were like speed bumps.
Yeah. I can point to each one of them, tell you their failures, but not all of them. I should be fair.
Right.
But the best ones were the ones that stayed out of my way and understood what I did. If one of them came out with a book and said, oh, I did this and I did that, I'd say, fuck you. I mean, I'm the guy who sat there and said, screw it. I'll set up my own clock. I don't need a program director. I'm going to sit here and talk. I'm not going to play any music. I mean, I did it all. If any of them came out with a book about some bullshit that they did, knocking me.
Well, the idea that Pig Virus sells himself as the guy who can handle personality talent because he worked with you is crazy.
He handled me really well. But anyway, I found it a little bit obnoxious. And by the way, in the book, too, Clive Davis talks about that he's bisexual.
Yes.
Which, again, I have no gaydar. I had no idea this guy was.
That wasn't even an issue for me. I was like, who cares? Even after he said it, I was like, who cares?
By the way, who wants to hear about an 80-year-old guy with his balls hanging down to his feet?
Right.
He can teabag his lover without sitting down. Those balls are like right on him.
I was like, I actually don't want to know.
This is a Howard TV original production.
You view your life as wonderful, don't you?
Yeah, it is a wonderful life.
What is this?
It's spit. Leiberman, you motherfucker!
Life can often be measured by its many twists and turns. But for Jeff the Drunk 𝗑𝗏, his journey can be defined by just one, a swerving, booze-filled car ride that occurred nearly 3 decades ago. In the years that followed, 𝗑𝗏 has stumbled and slurred his way through some very hazy days, often centered around phone calls to the Howard Stern Show, made from the cozy confines of his prefabricated home in upstate New York. But when the fleeting conversations with Howard and Robin end, what keeps Jeff Anthony 𝗑𝗏's life on hold? Is his sedentary existence the result of alcoholism, indifference, or quite possibly, as he believes, divine intervention? After making the 160-mile trek from New York City, we found Jeff doing what he does best, waiting for his Stern Show number to be called, waiting in what he calls the last trailer on the right.
Just 25 miles outside of Albany, Bern, New York is merely a 6-pack away from the state capital. But with its meandering roads and sprawling late autumn landscape freshly painted with the first coat of winter, it was easy to forget about the big city and become lost in the serene beauty of Jeff the Drunk's hometown. Yet as I neared the little box on the hillside where Jeff resides, I knew the placid countryside was simply the calm before the storm. The long and winding road through the tumbleweeds has led us here to the last trailer on the right, the place that Jeff the Drunk, Jeff 𝗑𝗏, calls home. It's the place that we've heard about for so many years, and yet we've never seen. Really, it appears from the outside, at least, to be remarkably well taken care of. So let's see what the inside looks like. Jeff, how you doing?
How you doing?
What's happening?
Welcome to
I'll
my
shake this hand.
lovely abode.
So this smells like smoke in here.
Yeah, well.
Have you been smoking?
I have.
Cigarettes or weed?
Both.
Cigarettes and weed?
Yeah.
This morning already?
Yeah.
All right.
With my senses already overloaded by smoke, I tried my best to get my bearings and have a look around the dwelling he's called home for 7 years, soon learning about Jeff's athletic past.
Did you play basketball as a kid?
I did. My mother made that.
Your mom made this for you?
Yes.
So this is you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And those are the colors of BKW, my old alma mater.
So you played ball in high school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a forward or what?
Yeah.
Were you good?
I was all right.
You got any tape up? Man, it's dusty over here too.
Yeah. Yep, the white glove test. Fuck you.
Despite nearly a decade of dust covering his living room, the rest of 𝗻◄'s common areas were surprisingly domesticated. A semi-organized kitchen featuring a dwindling beer supply soon gave way to a semi-stock fridge, which also featured water bottles filled from a nearby well. But it was the debauchery-filled dining area that truly caught my watery, smoke-affected eyes.
What's this, cigarette tobacco? You roll cigarettes?
Yeah.
All right, well, you'll show us a little later. You roll joints too?
Yeah.
So you roll your joints and your cigarettes right here?
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about Jeff's table of vices, but first, I needed to explore the room where the always amorous 𝗻◄ makes magic happen.
Has a woman ever been in this bed with you?
Yes.
When?
I was there about a year ago.
What was the story? How did you meet her? How did you end up back here?
Just some bitch. A fucking dumb bitch.
Well, where did you meet her?
I met her. It's complicated.
But a year ago, she was in your bed. What happened that night?
Oh, I ate her out.
Drinking? Were you drinking first?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm laughing. It's funny to describe it just like that.
Yeah, well, you know.
So, what does she look like?
She's a liquor.
A what?
She's a liquor.
Oh.
But she's a bitch. I have the word cunt face written on my phone. I'll show you. That's her. In case she calls, it shows up cunt face. And so I know not to pick up the phone. End the conversation.
Clearly feeling forlorn after his love affair with Cuntface went askew, I decided to refocus my attention on what Jeff does have, a trailer full of inconsistency.
Smooth move, X-Lax.
At times, his home seems somewhat organized. His bedroom closet is full of neatly hung t-shirts, his bathroom shelves stocked with clean, well-folded hand towels. Yet at others, 𝗻◄'s living space shows like some sort of hungover homage to his lifestyle, with walls full of holes and fire code box-shaped abode. From the outside, some of Jeff's property appears well kept, while the rest is lined with objects that belong in a defunct, rusted-over museum of trailer park trinkets. Back inside, Jeff led me to a spare bedroom full of more memories, which helped conjure up his deep feelings of appreciation for Howard.
I'm very grateful to Howard. I know I don't show it all the time, but I really am grateful.
He's changed your life probably more than...
Look at that. Look at that hot piece of ass right there.
Show me.
Right here.
It says, to Jeff the Drunk.
Jennifer Nicole Lee. I got bitches from Miami sending me pictures of themselves half nude.
You view your life as wonderful, don't you?
Yeah, it is a wonderful life. I got a lot of good friends that help me out.
They mean a lot to you.
They do.
And the radio audience means a lot to you.
Yeah, it does. They do. Immensely.
In the midst of so much dust and clutter, I was shocked to learn that Jeff the Drunk actually cares about his cardiovascular fitness.
So is this an exercise bike?
Yeah, my buddy Bruce picked it up for me at the dump.
Do you use it?
Yeah, once in a while.
Hop on, let's see how you exercise. Show me.
Well,
do you really use it or no?
I do, but I usually use it like when wearing shorts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
𝗻◄'s exercise bike is a perfect metaphor for his life, as he oftentimes expends all of his daily energy without really getting anywhere. But as my tour labored on, I soon found out there's a lot more to Jeff than just smoke and dirty mirrors.
I thought of this poem like within one day, and I wrote it down and engraved it in this piece of wood, and I gave
she would say to you right now if she were here?
She'd be happy for me. You know, that I'm doing this on my own. I don't get no help. Except, like from SSI, but...
With a rhyme scheme reminiscent of classic Ronald Mundesque prose, I was touched to learn about the softer side of Jeff, and I was eager to sit down at the kitchen table to try and get to the core of his smoke-filled existence.
Take your jacket off and sit your ass down.
All right, let's chat. So, you sit here every day and roll cigarettes?
I do.
Yet just as I was about to receive a demonstration in cigarette rolling technique, I was met with a regurgitated example of smoking's many ill effects. What is this?
It's spit.
It's a container full of spit?
Yeah, I keep it next to my chair. I keep one here, too.
But why?
Because I don't want to get up just to spit.
But you don't chew or anything.
No, but I smoke and I cough and I spit. I have loogies that come up deep in this shit.
That is so disgusting. Can you move that, please?
Sure.
How do you... Thanks. When do you dump this?
Whenever it gets full.
I mean, how old is the spit in there?
Probably like less than a week.
Oh, less than a week?
Yeah, I do it, I empty it out every week, weekly.
Hoping to put an unexpected phlegm sighting behind me, we returned to Jeff's nicotine expo. Jeff, do you mind if I move this spit cut a little?
Move it.
It's very disgusting.
You can empty it if you like.
No, that's all right. So, talk me through this process. What are you doing right now?
I'm packing the tobacco in, and that seems to be nice consistency. And I put I call it a nipple. Put the hole on the nipple. Oh, well, that's a full cigarette. You gotta get an empty one. Voila.
That's it.
There's a cigarette.
Kuro informed me that he keeps on this pace in 3-pack increments, making sure he's always in ample supply. And this left me wondering, how does a jobless man afford such a costly habit? How do you afford this?
With my SSI.
So SSI is enough to pay for your cigarettes, your alcohol, and your food?
I really don't drink a lot. Maybe about... If I'm lucky, I get a 20-pack.
How often?
For the month. Oh, every month.
A 20-pack for the month?
Yeah.
So you really don't drink like you used to?
I really can't afford it.
Is that the biggest thing, that you can't afford it? So it's not for your health.
Right.
It's that you can't afford it.
Exactly. If I could, I would drink every fucking day I could. So, it really, in the long run, this is the best because all I was working for when I was working was to keep gas in my car, to keep insurance, and that's gonna be sky high now.
I couldn't help but think that this table is a microcosm of Kuro's life. His vices, his supplies, his satellite radio, all at his brown fingertips. Nearby, I spotted a picture of his parents, leaving me curious as to how Jeff's love affair with booze all began. When did you start drinking?
I would think, I'm trying to remember, my father had Black Label beer, I remember, in my old house. And me and my brother used to go in the fridge downstairs and get a few bottles of it and have a good time,
How old were you then?
Probably about 12, 13 maybe.
The name Jeff the Drunk, was that a moniker that you were happy with?
Yeah, I was okay with that. Still am. Big deal. So I'm drunk. What are you gonna fucking do about it?
I really want to find out more about the accident that changed your life, and I guess your friend is going to meet us to explain exactly what happened.
Yes.
So why don't we go hook up with him?
Okie doke.
While I could have spent all day mulling around the trailer, I needed to backtrack to the turning point in Jeff's story, the top of the hill, where a liquored-up 19-year-old Kuro first played passenger and eventually victim en route to a local party. We caught up with Jeff's friend Mike, who rode in the back seat during the horrific crash to get his version of a tale that went on to become Stern Show legend.
So then we wing out of here. We're going down.
This huge hill?
Yeah, this hill. We're going down probably.
How fast?
We hit the bottom. Cops said we were doing about 125 miles an hour.
What was Jeff like before the accident? What was he like in high school?
Active. Basketball, softball, baseball. played tennis, outgoing.
So this is where it all developed, but why don't we go and see the actual site of the crash?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
As we traveled down the steep tree-lined path to the site of Jeff's near demise, I couldn't help but note the symbolism in what ensued after 𝗻𝗄 spent a somewhat innocent afternoon drinking beer and playing horseshoes. What once began as a life full of promise soon went rapidly downhill into a ditch-like existence.
So, Mike, you come down the hill, and then what do you remember?
Well, get to the bottom of the hill, and then the guy that was driving hits the gas, and then you just hear the motor like. So then we're going.
Accelerate.
Yeah, I don't know how fast. We were going fast. And then Jeff wanted to see how fast we were going.
Inquisitive.
And then my buddy there went to turn the dome light on, and when he looked back up, he was riding the side of the ditch here, cranking the wheel, the car just wouldn't come back on the road, and then we ended up.
You went off right here?
Yep.
Right here. Actually.
Right here, this ditch?
Yep.
It was at this point, Mike alleges, that the stunned, shell-shocked driver attempted to floor them out of the ditch, inadvertently striking a roadside concrete culvert, which, as local police officials estimated, sent the car flying 50 to 75 feet in the air, and a young Jeff Anthony 𝗻𝗄 crashing through the windshield.
And what do you remember?
I remember waking up in the hospital about a month and a half later.
So you don't remember going down here?
Squat, no.
And then what did you do, Mike?
All I remember is walking down the road here, and a car coming up to me and saying, wait right here, we'll be back with an ambulance.
Soon after, emergency medical personnel arrived to find Jeff, as Mike recalls, knocking on heaven's door.
Tell me exactly what they told you.
That he passed away 3 times as we were bringing him down to Albany Med. And they brought him back.
Why do you think you survived?
I'm a tough motherfucker, I guess.
Does it make you angry?
Not really.
Does it make you sad?
Yeah, you know, a little. What's the word I'm looking for? Melancholy. I brought that up out of fucking nowhere.
What's the saddest part for you?
Just what might have been, but you know, there's no way in turning back. You know.
No idea that that would be the last car trip as Jeff 𝗻𝗄.
No. Didn't realize it.
And back then you're young and nothing's gonna, nothing's gonna bother you.
Yeah.
Until this.
Yeah, you think you're invulnerable. Invulnerable. You know what I mean?
As I attempted to digest Jeff's somewhat blasé attitude toward this climactic moment in his then young life, I implored him to turn toward the scene of the crash, hoping that he would finally decide to confront his past head on.
Who do you blame?
The driver.
Do you take any responsibility for what happened that night?
Sure, yeah, I was there. Just as much my fault as it was his, I guess.
The fallout from this real-life story of teenage tragedy left the typically talkative 𝗻𝗄 unable to speak, and as Jeff was forced to learn new ways of communicating, one of his infamous signature moves was born.
What was that like, watching Jeff have to learn how to...
Hard. After talking to him for all these years, then you go visit him, and you gotta give him this chart, and he's got to, look at the letters, what he's trying to spell, and he couldn't talk. Like every time he wanted something to drink, he'd, all he could have was an ice cube.
That's where the came from, Howard.
For most, the events that transpired on that fateful evening would be a wake-up call. But for Jeff the drunk, it merely lit the wick for a lifetime spent mixing alcohol and motor vehicles, resulting in multiple DUIs, accidents, and the eventual loss of his driver's license. Yet to this day, as I was about to learn, 𝗻𝗄 remains largely indifferent to his reckless past.
If you had your license right now...
Yeah.
Would you drive drunk again?
I would. And I'm not saying that because, to be yucking it up for the camera or nothing, but if there's a party, and if I know about it, and I don't have to ride, which I never fucking do, I'm driving to that party. That's the way it is.
Despite permanently paralyzing his right arm in the accident, Jeff the Drunk got a second chance at life that he steadfastly refuses to embrace. If I was going to crack his beer-coated shell, I knew that I had to get to 𝗑𝗄𝗄's heart. So we traveled to the cemetery where his parents are buried, which ironically is just around the bend from the accident that finally sealed the fate of his driving privileges. Upon arrival, Jeff spoke about caring for his mom after her stroke.
What did you do for your mom?
Everything. Cooked her dinner. You know, I brought her to therapy. Whenever, like, I would pick her up a sandwich at the corner deli. And, you know, whenever she wanted one, you know.
How often do you come to the cemetery?
Not too often, I must tell you. Well, you know, I don't drive, but besides that, I can't find my way over here much. And I said that her old boyfriend called the house, and her eyes opened. And I just started crying and said, that's it. I was like, Mom. And I just started crying, and then I left, and that was that.
When you look at her here, what do you think about?
I'm gonna be right there someday. I got my plot right there.
Speaking matter-of-factly about his own mortality, it was obvious that 𝗑𝗄𝗄's apathy was simply a facade, yet another weapon he deploys to dull the pain. Still, I wondered if beneath all of this indifference, is he even aware of how fragile life truly is?
You've been so close, in many ways, to...
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be more at peace when you're there than you are now?
Probably. You know?
As the conversation inevitably turned back toward his mother, Jeff told me about the joy she got out of her son's affiliation with the Howard Stern show.
Why do you think she liked it so much?
Just, she thought it was neat that I was on Howard. And like, whenever I get mad at Howard, I say, oh, fuck you, Howard, and hang up. She said, you be good to Howard.
Did she feel like Howard made you important?
Yeah, I would say.
Made you relevant?
Right.
Gave you an identity?
Yeah.
That maybe you otherwise wouldn't have had?
Right. Very much so.
Amid the somber undertones of the graveyard, I learned that 𝗑𝗄𝗄 grips tightly to his Jeff the Drunk nickname because of what it represents, salvation by way of the Stern show. From this, I wanted to know if he feels that his radio role is somehow part of God's grand plan.
I believe that people with good intentions wrote a book called the Bible to keep everybody in fucking line. That's how it is.
You don't think God had a role in the fact that you survived?
No, boy. That's a touchy question. I guess. I don't know. How can I do that, though? How can I rightly say that?
Do you want your gravestone to say, Jeff the Drunk 𝗑𝗄𝗄?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll do it.
They'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that.
But that's how you'd like to be remembered.
Yeah, sure, why not?
After so much time spent waxing existential, the mood needed to be lightened, so we weaved our way through the woods, eventually stumbling upon Jeff's favorite hangout, the Shell Inn. From the parking lot, where a classic 𝗑𝗄𝗄 tumble once split his nose wide open, to its neighboring back roads, where he claims to have had many a one-night stand in his car, this roadside bar is certainly central to Jeff's pleasure center. Inside, we caught up with his longtime pal, Ed.
What do you think of this guy?
He's all right. He really is, especially when he's sober.
Thank you, Ed.
How do you know he's sober?
Oh, you'll know when he's not.
Happy hour, like many of Jeff's days, usually starts off simple, with a beer and some one-arm pool. But soon, 𝗑𝗄𝗄's magical recipe, 3 beers and a doobie by his estimation, eventually kicks in, and his Jeff the Drunk persona is soon to follow.
You gotta throw that in, bitch.
And as I sat down with a female friend from high school, I learned that Jeff had drinking buddies long before he ever entered a bar.
He just used to share drinks on the school bus.
So he used to drink on the school bus and pass around what, beer or mixed drinks?
Hey now! Telling secrets about me,
This is
Forget it,
great.
man.
No, this is great. Was he a ladies' man?
He tried to be.
He did, so he would try to pick up a lot of chicks. What would his line be?
I honestly don't remember. Something like, hey baby, come on, want to go with me or something like that, you know.
But you were smart. You didn't.
I just smiled and said, you know, I might say as a friend I love you, but no thank you, you know.
With dusk as his backdrop, Jeff continued to lather his brain in Bud Heavies, and I decided that after a long day together, we should both blow off some steam with a little help from the Shell Inn's favorite stress reliever.
You want to watch this? Nice. 587. Come on.
Sandbagging.
587, Jeff. Come on.
You're a sandbagging bitch.
587.
I ain't gonna beat that.
Yeah, you are.
What's my old one?
Act like this is the girl who calls your caller ID.
The cuff-face? The cuff-face.
Yeah. All right.
270.
All right.
What a cuff-face.
I was really starting to enjoy the vibe at this friendly roadside watering hole, and as Jeff stepped outside for a smoke, his buddy Ed told me a legendary tale from Jeff's past that occurred right where the arcade boxing game now stands.
Ed, quickly, before he comes back.
This is only what I've heard, so I don't know if it's true.
I think I've heard this too.
Yeah, there used to be a phone booth right over there. And Jeff, he likes to dial date or whatever, and I guess he's been in the phone booth.
You're telling me that the word around here is that Jeff used to masturbate in the phone booth right out in the lobby.
What's masturbate? He was jerking off.
At this point, I couldn't wait for 𝗻𝗿𝗄's impending return, salivating at the chance to confront the guy who once gave a whole new meaning to the old phone company slogan, reach out and touch someone.
Leiberman, you motherfucker.
That must be you. That's me, not you. I don't know why I pointed at you. I'm Leiberman, but
I'm the motherfucker.
Ed.
Jeff.
Dig and dig
Jeff.
and dig and dig.
Do you recall a phone booth here?
I recall a phone booth right there on the left.
And what would you go into that phone booth and do?
I am not speaking to you anymore. I refuse.
How many times did you, Ed's words, jerk off in the phone booth in this bar?
Once.
Once? You're trying to tell me that you only jerked off once, but how many phone calls did you make from there?
Once.
No, but how many phone calls did you make from in there?
Twice.
I'm supposed to believe that you made 2 calls from there.
3.
He's going in the right direction.
3 times 1,000?
4. Okay?
How would you?
It.
You weren't thinking of the other patrons in this bar, were you?
Well, they all
Just-
stayed away from the phone booth.
Yeah, they all knew I was up.
So-
My cock. Okay, I gotta get my beer.
There you have it.
While riding shotgun through the aftermath of a life forever changed by a single car accident, one thing became painfully evident. Jeff Anthony 𝗻𝗿𝗄 is not searching for a former clarity. Instead of wearing Jeff the Drunk as a crown of thorns, 𝗻𝗿𝗄 embraces the nickname, proudly donning it outwardly like some sort of boozy badge of honor. Whether it was destiny or random chance that sent Jeff flying through a windshield, eventually leaving him permanently affixed to a chair at his kitchen table, I truly believe that 𝗻𝗿𝗄's ultimate fate still rests solely in his fully functional left hand. Yet, if he so chooses to sit idly by, wondering what might have been while engulfed by clouds of smoke, he'll always have his Jeff the Drunk moniker to stumble and fall back on, until one day, when he takes it with him to the grave. I'm John Leiberman.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about the newly weird game. We had all the contestants in. We had Sal and Ronnie and Benji, and we had a long discussion with Benji about whether he's ever going to get married. I say never. Here's how it went.
We had the newly weird game today where Ronnie defeated Benji and Sal, and we learned, I don't know what we learned about those couples.
I mean, you know, the best thing I learned is that Stephanie says no to anything sexually, which I sort of guessed at, but now I know.
She says no?
I mean, she says yes.
Okay, I was
there's
like,
nothing.
whoa.
There's nothing she will say no to.
That's correct. Ronnie and Stephanie know each other really well. You can tell they've got a good relationship. They're listening to one another, and I was happy for them. Ronnie's going to come down later and you know, take the accolades, but good job.
I also thought the money was sort of going to, I mean, a good place. She's a young girl who needs a car, and I sort of like when I heard she said she was putting a down payment on the car. I thought that sounded cool.
She was not splitting that money.
And why should she? You're ahead by a point. Why would you agree to split the money?
I agree. Wise move not to hedge your bet. We'll talk about.
But that was also part of the. Elisa and Benji sort of babbling, you know, it just like, you know, like a stream. Instead of, I felt they were unaware we were doing a radio show. It was a sort of stream of consciousness. They're just sort of all over the place.
That happens sometimes when guests, I'm not going to put it just on Elisa. It happens to other people where they come in and they just talk and they don't realize that you kind of have to wait your turn until you say something. But yeah, they were almost oblivious to the fact that there was a radio show going on.
Well, they were the same way. They were on Fox and Friends yesterday, and they were the same way. They were like hugging and kissing each other while the whole bit's going on, and while they're not being focused on, you know, they're looking to be the focus, I think.
They always want the attention.
Yes.
Do you think they're as into each other as they portray on the radio?
You know what? I don't know what to think and don't really need to waste any more of my energy thinking about it.
I don't know either. Anything involving Benji is just, I don't know.
I mean, Benji's phone going off, Gary, I mean, that's inexcusable during the game. You know better than that.
It's inexcusable the first time. It's. I don't even know what to call it the second and the third and the fourth time.
Well, I thought he was getting answers via his
A few people had that
I
theory.
started to ask him about it after the show, and I said, Benji, I'm going to ask you something. I go, nah, I don't want to. And he goes, I know what you want to ask me. I don't want to answer. And I go, I don't really care. And he goes, but I know what you want to know. I go, I don't really care. I don't want to talk because I realize they didn't win, so I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear what he has to say about it.
Well, I asked Benji and Sal to come down, so hopefully we'll see them before our show ends. But it was a tough game. But the other thing was Howard was just
Help me plant seeds. We don't. We need to make some over in the front. Like on the hills where the like bath is and shit. Or like where you would be picking up.
Wow.
Fucking love this game here. You hate my dumb ass fucking dude. Thank you. No, it's okay, dude. You fucking hate it. Bring his dumb ass over here and tell him to water these plants. Like, throw him over here.
Bear cat? There's a bear? Serpent saddle!
Whoa, you make me sad. I'm gonna find me a serpent. Buy the small feeding bag. I don't know what it does. I don't think it makes one too, so you can get it.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah,
on the side?
Yeah.
Unlock the food spot in your inventory.
Yeah.
Tiles automatically.
Hold on, a food slot in the inventory? Oh, I see it now. So you can make multiple unlockers and stuff. Nobody's going at this fucking mine. What?
I need so much stone.
Here, I got some. Wait. No, I don't. I lied. Why is nobody mining it?
Everybody's hungry and nobody's gonna work if everybody's hungry.
No.
And I
There's
can't
food.
build, I can't build these stone.
There's food. There's more than enough food. There's 2 in there. There's 3 in there. There's some fucking beans cooked right now. So I don't know why they're acting hungry. fucking mine. I got a miner. Where's your cat? Take her over there and throw her in that way. They keep dropping too. I can make eggs. Wow. Rebound. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you got 7.
I got what?
7 stone. I made this fucking espresso work. If he's fucking hating his life. Look at him. Oh my god, I'm sorry, dude. You aren't doing shit, bro.
Yeah, he's so good. Let's go. And then we'll come back, we'll make that shit.
What?
Oh my god. But look, these sandbags right here, who's ever assigned it is watching for energy.
Okay, cool.
What?
What does this thing do? Do you want me to get it?
Get it, let's see it.
What do they do? Where are they good at?
From in the working, it was hitting trees, and it was up with dancing. I think. Oh my god, that thing's dope. Oh, don't hit the mammoth. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
No, try to cop it. Try to cop it. Try to cop it. Capture it. Capture it. Capture it. Hurry. Hurry, capture it. You just fucking it up or not? See? Hey, maybe we try this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, come with me. guys here. Outside around this Alright, come on. Actually, matter of fact, come on. Go back to the thing. Yeah. I'm not gonna like go like super I don't know fucking. Maybe like go to hold on. Right here. Go to this. Go to this. This?
I don't have that one.
Alright, we can go here. Dude, you just gotta go straight.
I just did a backflip.
Yeah, no, you can. Where you at?
Yep.
Yep.
What? Like, whatever attack he threw at me, like he died right after.
Yeah. Are you coming back? You're coming back. Coming back. You're coming back. Coming back. Coming back. You're coming back. You gotta go inside.
Why?
To get to the floor.
Why are those?
You can't keep talking, man. You are slow. I think so. Maybe you can get faster. Wait, do you got? Oh. Stamina. Nah, that works for you. I'm about to upgrade works for a little bit actually. Upgrade stamina more, weight more. Work speed actually. Health one. You got points? You get more as you go.
What is this?
What? That's what I was looking at. That says cut a cake. Okay, grab it. Go. Throw it at it.